It's funny because I've wanted to do this for a couple of days now. I remember when I first found out 3 weeks ago, I was like that to Scoops. Oh, I'm gonna have to do something, and Scoop is like, calm down, calm down, Shabby. Just take your time, and it's wow, 78 people here. That's how much he was loved, wasn't it? I'm on my own tonight. I think what I'll do is I've got a lot to talk about, and I've got a lot to share, and I've got a lot of videos and pictures that everyone's sent in, and everyone's been sound and so forth. But I will put a link in the chat once I'm done. So probably about an hour or something like that. I'll put a link in the chat. So if anyone wants to come on, there's no what is it? There's no pressure. All right, it's weird this. I'm gonna like I can say with me being on my own as well. I might have to take a couple of minutes to add things on it. It's weird, you see, because usually I've got Matt or Tez or Arsai or one of you lads will come on. So every time you talk, I'll do the magic behind the scenes, if you will. But I'm on my own, so if you see me go quiet, I'm just adding pictures and stuff like that. Thank you all for coming. Thanks, it means the world to me. I'm going to be behind on the chat. I think. Oh, nothing new then, chaps. Do you know what I mean? No, nothing new. I am going to be behind on it. Simply because I've got things to say, but I will get to your chat. You all know how much you mean to me and so forth. And that's why I wanted to start this. What you all mean to me, what you mean to my mum and my brothers, Jamie and Richard and Claire and Jen and Diane and Hazel and all the kids. It's a weird feeling. It's just weird. I've never been through grief. I've had people, my grandma died, and obviously it was sad and so forth. But I think one of the things about my grandma, when she died, she was an old lady. She was in her 90s. Do you know what I mean? And you kind of look at it and you go, oh, well, fair enough. She had a good life and she had a lovely family and all that sort of stuff. But not like this. It's a weird. It's just weird. It's the weirdest feeling in the world. It's I never would have thought just turning 50, that I'd be. This would be a Shabby stream. This is what I'd be doing with you lot, talking about RSI. It's hit us hard. It's weird. It's a strange feeling. This is someone who I've known all my life, shared a room with. Do you know what I mean? And it's Jen put this thing up right here, and she put this thing about yin and yang, saying the concept there exists cosmic principles for forces that are opposites but complementary, which interact, interconnect, support, and perpetuate each other. Together, they form a dynamic system in which the whole greater, I can't say that word, interdependent components. But what it basically means is the balance. I mean, inside we're different. I mean, we laughed at the same things. We enjoyed the pop culture the same way and so forth. But we were different, completely different. And it's feels like my balance has gone. Do you know what I mean, Shabby Geek? Because it feels like he always used to finish my sentences. Every joke I said, he'd finish it off. It was a pain in the arse, really, for that. Do you know what I mean? But he always did. And he was my big brother too. He was 9 minutes older than me. And you've heard it. How many times you'll say that on the street? Well, I'm 9 minutes older than Shabby. Do you know? So that always made me laugh through the way. And he was a big brother. I think he was a big brother to all of us. It's a shock, to tell you the truth. But getting to you lot and what you lot meant. So I looked up this word. This word is spread about YouTube a lot. It's this word right here. And it says community, a place where people live, work, play, and solve problems together, which is nice. It's a nice thing. I know a lot of people say the word community, and a lot of people, like the word, we got a great community and so forth. But then I thought about it, and I looked up this word, and it says life's greatest blessing, a group that dreams, laughs, plays, and loves together. But family isn't only defined by last names or by blood. It's defined by commitment and by love. It means showing up when they need it most. It means choosing to love each other, even on those days when you struggle to like each other. It means never giving up on each other. So which one of those words do you think you lot mean to me? And Jen and Claire and Anne-Marie and my brothers? Which one do you think it is? Funny, isn't it? I've never been a person to throw around the word "I love you" or this. I'm not. It's not. If I say something like that, it means I genuinely mean it. Do you know what I mean? The way I go, our Des, our Luke, our this. That's a term of endearment from where I'm from. It means, yeah, you know, I'm a big fan of yours and I really like you. But I've got to admit, the thing is, you think going through stuff like this, you don't know whether it's going to be cheesy or not. And so if I say stuff that don't make sense, or if I say stuff that's a bit wrong or whatever, then I apologize. But one thing I know is definitely wrong is you all feel like family. All of you do. For what you've done for my family these past 3 weeks, incredible. I think my two younger brothers, lovely, our Jamie and our Rick, they're not like Jen, Claire, and Anne-Marie, where they know what me and Si did. They know about the streams. They know about them. They've watched them now and then and so forth. But I don't think they realise how much influence our Si had on people. You know, I remember it happened, and I'll never forget it. It was 3 weeks. One day happened on a Tuesday, and it was my Lucy's birthday the next day on the Wednesday. So my mum's phoning. My mum's just ringing. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, she's phoning up to say basically, oh, what does Lucy want for Christmas? Or, I mean, for her birthday, sorry. And, you know, can I put money in PayPal? You know, anything like that, really. So I'm working at the time. I've got paint all over me at the time, and I'm working and so forth, getting stuff for, you know, getting ready for Christmas. And I picked up the phone, and and as I said it, I just saw her face. You ever done that with your family where there's a look on the face? I just knew. It was a weird. I'm not like that. So I'm never one to, you know, all this and all that. I'm just not that sort of person. But I just knew straight away. And 3 names came in my mind. It was either Si, Jay, or Rick. And then when she said, "Oh, Si," I couldn't believe it. I mean, I lost it. I just the night before we were on a stream. And we had a lovely, and if you watched that stream, thank you, by the way. There's a lot of people have watched it, and I appreciate that. But it was different on that stream. You know what our side was like. If you start talking corny or about stuff like that, he'd always hide his face, wouldn't he? He wasn't on for anything like that at all. But he was different. He was dead loving and talking about when we were kids and having a laugh and a joke. And the reason I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you a few behind the scene things. The reason that happened, that stream, was because of him. I'd phoned him a couple of days ago. I FaceTime Si every day, but most of us did. I mean, there's a lot of lads in the chat that talk to our Si every day. And he said it on the stream as well. So I'm not, you know, just talking about it. He turned around and he said, why don't we do something for you? And I was like, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, you always do your streams at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You know, because I think that's how it started. I think I was saying to say, oh, it's getting busy now at Christmas. It's my busy time of the year, you know, in the furniture and so forth. So Si just said, why don't we do it? Why don't we just see if we can meet more people and reach out even more and so forth? So he was. That's the sort of person he was. Always thinking about everybody else. Always. You know, one thing about me and Si, yeah, you can say we're humble lads and so forth, but I think we proved it. One of the things that we've definitely done since we were kids is think of other people, make people laugh. That's my biggest thing. That was Si's biggest thing, just having a laugh and a joke. And so we did it. So we did that stream, and it was 9 o'clock. Si always stayed up anyway. So, you know, and it felt weird to me that doing it at 9 o'clock at night, my time. See, all the English and Irish that watch you right now, you're used to it. It's probably that time now for you. Do you know, it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. But for me, it's always 3:30, 3 o'clock. So for him to do that for me, in a way, thank goodness he did. Thank goodness he did, because that was it. And it just came out of nowhere. And he went fast. I'm not going to talk about things like funerals and stuff like that. I'm just not ready or to talk about. I just want to let his friends know that he went fast. He went fast the next day. He suffered a heart attack, and the paramedics were around in about 2 or 3 minutes. My brother Jamie was there. Anne-Marie was there. Claire was there. And he went fast. He didn't suffer at all. He did not suffer. That's one thing I want to tell you all. He was more or less like, Jamie told me it was more or less like he was asleep in a way, like he was just resting. And came out of nowhere. I've never felt anything like it in my life. You know, it's just like, even now, 3 weeks after, and it's going to take me a long time. The disbelief of it, like, what? Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's who he was. That's who he was. He even passed away being who he was. He just didn't want to make a fuss. Didn't want to. Apparently, he was feeling a bit woozy. And my mum and Claire was, you know, why don't you do this and sit down and we'll phone an ambulance? And he's like, just leave me alone a minute. And I can see it from here. I can see it. I can see him saying it. And wow, you know, I mean, it's like I said, going back before, if we were in our 70s and 80s, because I think us lads will know each other forever, let's be honest. Nobody else likes us, so we all talk to each other. And I think if it was like I say, if he was an old man and he was in his 80s, 70s, we'd all be looking at this differently. We'd be sad, but we'd be like, oh, sorry about that, mate. You know, it's not sorry to see him go, but he had a great life anyway. But now, just turned 50, like I say, a couple of weeks after. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. It's a weird thing. It's I don't know. It's I've never been through it. It's weird, the emotions I get, you know. And 1 minute I'm pissed off to the eyeballs. Next minute I'm guilty. Next minute I'm happy. Next minute I'm thinking of something. Next minute I'm sad. It's I don't wish this on anybody. One thing I will say, without saying any names, there has been people out there that have lost somebody, and they've been in touch, and I just want them people to know as well that that's really, really helped, you know, because it's weird not phoning him every day, and it's weird not messaging him or sending him stupid pictures. Or he used to love the stupidest stuff. Anything else that just stupid, our side would love. Things like people playing the organ and stuff. Just stupid stuff. Just stupid. It was always like that ever since we were kids. I said on the last live stream, I turned around and I said, which is weird, why I said it on that Monday. And I said, one of the best things about having Si for me and my family is I get to share him with all of you. And I think it worked. I think the way he was and how much he enjoyed it. And I've even found out a lot more about him enjoying it, as well as my family, which he'd never have told me. But apparently he loved doing it. He loved doing the streams, and he loved, you know, and we'll talk about that as we're going on. But yeah, he was a massive, massive fan. And it's funny because he always used to call himself the Poundland Shabby. Oh, I'm the Poundland Shabby. He was never in my shadow ever. And that's one of the things I always used to say to him, and he didn't pass away as Shabby's brother. Passed away as our Si. Do you know what I mean? Manga Fandanga, our Si. He was his own person. You know, he knew a lot about stuff, and he'd always hold that back. Always. We'd have people on the stream, and you know, I think people didn't realise how much Si actually knew. He, like I said, he's a pop culture enthusiast. Our Si, he was massive on all this stuff, but I don't know. He always had that way. I think we both have, of making people feel warm and, you know, welcoming. And that's the best thing for me, really. It's the welcoming of him. You know, I've just shared your letters, and I've shared your videos, and I've shared your messages to my mum, to Claire, to my brothers, and we're blown away by it. We're absolutely blown away by it. I remember when it happened, I'd a couple of hours after I'd phoned Scuba, and I said to Scuba, you're going to have to tell the lads for me, because I don't think I can do it. I was lost. I didn't know what, you know, I've never felt this emotion ever. And Scuba's Scuba, innit? We all love Scuba. And he said, don't worry, Shabby, I'll tell the lads. And so he wrote it and told the lads and so forth. But then the very next night, I think, or even that night, I started to talk to people, because I realised we're very lucky, my family and my family in England, over the fact that we're not going through this alone. And I think it's helped big time. I think it's helped knowing, reading all your messages, seeing how many people have reached out, asking if we're all right, what can they do for us and all that. The GoFundMe, I didn't know anything about it. Didn't know anything about the GoFundMe, and Scuba had set that up, and so wow, Do you know what I mean? It's just things like that. It just blows you away. And in a way, I hope he's looking down at this and he's thinking to himself, God, people did like me. I was a nice lad. Because he did get overwhelmed by it. He did, I'll be honest. He's not like me in that sense. That's where we are different. You know, but once he got out of his shell, Arsai, and once he got in the swing of things, he was your best mate for life, wasn't he? Let's be honest. He was absolute legend. He just, you know, it's weird because it's weird. I'll tell you something. And this is a truthful story, this. So a couple of weeks ago, I'm sat a couple of weeks or month, I don't know. It was sometime I was on my phone. I was watching a TV show with our Jen in the front room, and I'm going through Facebook and stuff. And this person, I don't know who it was or whatever, died. No, he was a saint and he was the greatest person on earth. And I chuckled to myself in a way. And I turned around to Jen and said, you know, it always makes me laugh that when people die, do you know what I mean? Or when they pass away, they're always saints. They're never like, do you know, oh, he was a bit of a plumber, but you know, it was always like, and I never thought about it. And I've thought that a few times through life, like, and then now this has happened to me. It just comes naturally. It's weird. It comes naturally that you think the positive about people and what they did for people. It opens your eyes. So now I get what that means. Now I understand that. There's a few things that's happened to me the past 3 weeks that you know you take for granted, if you will, but it opens your eyes. You lot, my family, he's one of them. You know, it's like it's weird in a way. You know, it's like I always expected him to be. Every time I phoned, he'd be there. Every time I went to say something, he'd be there. Every time I went to piss and moan and rant and go on, he'd be there. Do you know what I mean? And he has done for years. It's not just through the social medias of the past 5 years. Everything, through marriages, through girlfriends, through births, deaths, everything. He's always been the first person I phoned, always been the first person that's on my, you know, everything. I don't think there's ever been anything in my life, good or bad, that Si's not been the first to know. Strange. It's just weird. That's the thing I'm going to have to get used to. That is, you know, I still do it now. I still pick up the phone and send him a message or something stupid I say, or do you know what I mean? Or he used to make me laugh. He was just always funny, just a funny guy. I used to love it when you lot would go to conventions, right? And we have that group, as you all know, and I'll get to the group in a bit. But he'd write in the group and he'd let you lot, even though you were married and you all got families, and he'd let you know what channel Babe Station was on. It just, I know why he did it. He just did it to make you all laugh. He was just one of those people. He's just anything. I suppose it's being from Blackpool, where we're from. You know, we grew up with Russ Abbott, Cannon and Ball, that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It was a fun town when we were kids, and I think they call it funny bones, don't they? And I think that's just where we got it from. We were, you know, my mum brought 4 boys up on her own, and we've always had a laugh and a joke. That's why Christmas means a lot to me and stuff like that, because I have a great family. And I think me and Si realised when we were younger, it costs nothing to be nice to people, nothing. And it always made me and Si feel better when we made somebody else feel better. Always. That was the thing for us. It always made us feel like, yeah, you know, that's like when you watch our channel, you come on and you see the streams that we do, and there's people, mostly people out there that come on us don't even have YouTube channels, but they come on. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know, it's funny. It's funny, the little things you think of. You know, we take so much for granted in life, so much, and then something horrific happens, and it just opens your eyes, doesn't it? In a way, it just opens your eyes. Let me just get to some of you lot a minute. So Gap says, sending loves. Thank you, Gap. We are so going to miss him in the community. Yeah, he was a lovely guy. He was awesome. He was a really nice guy. Hiya, Baz. Thank you, Spaz. That's lovely of you. Hiya, Martin. Kenny turns around and says, I have my usual 4 a.m. start, but I have to say a small message. Ty was an amazing, kind and welcoming man. Always made me feel part of the group and will be missed by us all so much. That's the thing. We were like that. People used to message me and say, oh, thanks, Abby. If it wasn't for you and Si welcoming me and making me part of this. No, I never, you know that I'm not going to say any names, but if you've ever wrote to me about that, you know what my response was. No, thank you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being part of something. Thank you for building something. I've always said, it wasn't about the ZSR lads, it wasn't about me and Si, it was about all of us. We all built something. We're a small grain of, our Si used to say all the time, we are a small grain of sand in YouTube, small. Do you know what I mean? I've been doing it 5.5, 6 years. I've only just got over 1,000. And he was saying it's not an issue. He says it's how you portray yourself. It's what you do. It's how you come across. And he was right, 100% right. And the overwhelming response and the way you've all been with me and my family, I'll never forget it. I just won't forget it at all. So it's lovely. I am so far behind on the chat, but like I say, I'm so sorry. So I know everyone's there. I can see all your messages and it's awesome. Everyone's saying they love us and support us. I appreciate that. Andy says, Si was the Nads. He was the Nads. He was. He just had a thing for you all, wasn't it? Only one can all be. Hi, Nick. Nice to see you. Hi, PGM. He was just one of those blokes. He just made everyone feel. He didn't care who you were. And neither do I. I think you, like I said, I'm not talking to people that have just seen us. You've watched us for a long time. You know what me and Si are like. We didn't care who you were. We didn't care what financial background you came from. Do you know what? We didn't care how big on YouTube you were, how small. We didn't even care if you had a YouTube channel. We didn't even care really if you collected. We're very, very lucky in that sense. We just wanted everyone to feel welcome, everyone to have everyone have a part. You know, there's people out there that need people like ZSR and Stu and Shabby and Si and all that, and Reynolds and VTR. And it's nice that they're here. It's nice that they're welcome. It's nice that, you know, all the wives, all the girlfriends. And then I think our Jenny got it. I think our Jenny's always looked at this when she was making the videos with me and said, oh, it's just lads having a laugh and a joke and just messing about. But I think the last 3 weeks, it's really opened her up to say, wow, it's more than that, isn't it? It's more than that. Hi, Zoe. Nice to see you, buddy. So, yeah, there's over 100 people. Wow. Wow, thank you. It means the world to me. It really does. Hi, Daz. Hi, KOC. Lovely to see. Hi, Anna. Wow. Hi, Rob. Good old Rob's Retros here. It's hard to just talk without interacting with you lot. You're the reason. I'll be honest here now. You're the whole reason why I stopped making videos and went to streaming. You are the reason that happened in a way. I mean, you know, my kids didn't want to do it anymore. Jenny didn't want to do it anymore. But I just thought, you know what? I always preferred ZSR and I always prefer doing the special live streams and then obviously Tub Thumpers. And I love it. I just love doing it. And I always thought our side did it with me just to help me out. I always thought, oh, I'll just do it for Shabby and Sofa, but he didn't. He loved doing it. And he was a massive part of our channel. He was Shabby Geek. He was a big part of this channel, as you all are. But Claire told me a brilliant story, which I'll share with you. She turned around and said the funniest thing about him on his streams, whatever, he'd get a nice jump. He wasn't like me, just a t-shirt coming on. He'd do his hair on the RSI and he'd get his jump on or whatever. But then she said he'd put aftershave on, which always baffled me because it's nice if anyone can smell. And when she told me that, because I was talking to my little brothers and I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what to do next. I was like, what do I do now? How do I carry this on? And my brother Richard turned around and said, you got to do it. You got to do it, because he loved it. He absolutely loved it. My mum said to me, she hasn't seen our son more happy in the last 6 years than he has been with us lot. And if my mum says that, then there's something about it. And that's the thing. I think you brought him so much joy, you lot. And you met him up at cons and you're always on the streams with us, on talking to him behind the scenes. He loved you all. He had a lot of time for every one of you. And then I've heard your stories. And I've heard you, what is it? You're, I'm going to have to compose myself a bit. I've just seen the way you've been. And it proves that you felt the same way about him as he did about you. And it's beautiful. It's just beautiful to know. I've got a letter here from APD. Let me just show this for you. Let me just put it up there. So APD says, what can I say that hasn't already been said and what we don't already know? Si was a true character, a proper one-off. He was definitely a one-off. A saint among men, and now I finally understand why he had the saint tattoo. Yeah, he did have the saint tattoo, but Si was named after the saint. He was named after Simon Templar, the saint. I was named Mark for Mark Boland T-Rex, and Si got the saint. But in a way, in that weird that you wrote that yeah, you're kind of right. Si was one of the most gifted, loyal people I ever knew. He always went above and beyond for his friends, always putting everyone else's needs before his own. I miss you, mate. My head still can't make sense of what happened, or have you been taken from your amazing family? Your best friend and twin brother and Shabby. Yeah, he was. A whole community of brothers and sisters mourning the loss. Your heart broke. So did all of us. See you, Space Cowboy. Didn't it? Weird. But that's the thing. One of the things I'm proud of, he wasn't just my pal, he was your pal. He was all your pals. Do you know what I mean? He was your pal. He's the sort of person he'd have 99 pence in his pocket and give you £1. I know that. The big thing behind me, I would never have been able to get an attorney a play set and done. And then he's arranged it with Scoobs and said, no, I'm going to pay for things. And Scoobs said, can I chip in? And the sort of person he was. Sort of person. You're all telling me stories about how he's bought you this and how he did that. I'd be surprised if he said anything different. I'd be surprised. He's just that sort of bloke. Mrs. T. We all know Mrs. T. Our Desi's lovely wife. She wrote, I was very lucky to have met Si on a number of occasions at the NEC in Echo. We would always give him a big cuddle and ask how everyone was. I can believe it. The final time was in September when we were chatting with Zoe and Georgie in the cafe for about an hour. He didn't want to make a fuss for his 50th. He was always making plans for shows with Shabby, going to Joe Fest, going to Celebration. He talks about his other brothers and his beloved LFC. I don't know what that means. I will always remember Si for his immense artistic talent, wicked sense of humour and warm generosity. Rest in peace, our Si. You'll never walk alone. He won't. I'll keep him going. I want you to start off with the sad parts here, and I want you just to turn it into a bit of a laugh and a joke, because it's weird. I'm feeling upset, depressed, sad, all over someone who never made me feel upset, depressed, and sad. He always made me feel good. Always. I remember we talked about it on the Monday stream. I remember turning around and saying, "Oh, the thing's a bit dodgy. The internet. I think I'm going to." And he's saying, "No, Shabby, you keep it going. We'll get your internet up and running. We'll get your boosters up." And he always sent me links for computers. Try this one, Shabs. It's in your price range, and it worked. And the reason I stuck with it was because of people like Si spurring him, "No, Shabby, stay with it." And then everybody else, "No, Shabby, we don't mind the pixelation. We don't mind this." And things like that. It's just you take it for granted, don't you? Well, not necessarily take it for granted. You're always like, "Oh, yeah, this is, really nice of everybody to do." And this is, but now I understand it. It's made me so much clearer, all this. It really has. And the fact that we have 111 people in this chat just goes to show what he meant to people. Oh, Jenny, she writes this. It doesn't seem real. Your voice would fill our house every single day. It did as well, because on my PC, I have a different PC with speakers. And so everybody in this house who knew our side. So every time we talk about something personal, or we'd have an argument, or we'd do this, my family knew. It was brilliant. Often for hours, as you and Mark would chat about everything and nothing at all at once. With everything you've loved, your family, friends, Liverpool, Jorin, Marmite, a cuppa with a fag, you were fiercely loyal. You were always generous with your time, energy, talent, and heart. That's why you're so missed. Everyone who met you would always walk away thinking what a kind and lovely person you were. But I always knew that you were just a knob. Good old Jenny, man. Tooth below, in a room full of people, you could make one person feel as if they were the only one that mattered. If you had a motto for your life, it would say, "You'll never walk alone." Yeah, it makes sense that now, because you always went out of your way to make sure no one walks alone. Yeah, he did. You did do that. There are endless memories and laughs we've shared over the 21 plus years. Yeah, a long time, Jenny. I've been privileged to call you my brother. I remember you were the first person Mark confided into anything. Yeah, about feelings for me back then when we first met. You encouraged him to make a move. He did, yeah. And I still haven't forgiven you for that. Charming, eh? It's like I told you, Claire, last night. If you loved one twin, you had to love the other. You guys came as a package deal, like it or not. I hope that you knew how much you were loved by everyone. Your laughter and voice had become background noise in our home that's left a void. It has. But we're determined to fill that void with even more joy and laughter, because that's what you would want us to do. And that's how we will honour your memory every day. If your life has taught us anything, it's to embrace every moment, treat everyone with kindness, and not take a second for granted. We'll miss you always. It's a big word, that, kindness. Big word. Especially when you do something like this. When I started, that's what I wanted to be. I just wanted me inside to be ourselves. And that, like I said, some of you have met me in real life. Some of you have met our side in real life. And We haven't proved you wrong, have we? We're just normal lads. No egos, no this, no that. We're just two normal lads that just loved chatting to you a lot, talking about stuff we love, toys, pop culture, movies, do you know what I mean? Football, anything. And it costs nothing. It costs nothing to be nice. It costs nothing to welcome somebody in, put your arm around somebody, buy someone a cup of tea. It costs absolutely nothing. You know, I'm very, very proud of us for that. I'm very proud of my mum for bringing up boys like that. Very proud of her. You know, for my mum, you think I'm having it bad, and think of my mum and Claire, man. They were there. Like I say, when Si passed away, my mum was with him, my brother Jamie was with him, and our Claire was with him. And I thank the Lord for that. To be honest, I'm really grateful. You know, because he died where he loved. He loved Blackpool. He loved his hometown. He loved his mum's house. He you know, and he's surrounded by people he loved, absolutely loved. Can't wish for any better, can you? Really, to tell you the truth, you know, it's when you look at it like that, it's a nice thing, isn't it? To be honest, you know, I was just grateful it wasn't in Morrison's or on the bus or something. You know, it's weird. He's strange even now talking about him. But I wanted to do this just in case, you know, there might be people out there thinking, oh, Shabby, why are you doing this now? I wanted to be honest. I was ready. I was ready to talk to you all. That's one of the blessings of me. I'm thousands of miles across the world, and you lot have helped me out big time. You've all helped me. Yeah, I don't think I could ever tell you how much you've all helped me, all of you. Do you know what I mean? It's I don't think I could have done this on my own, especially, you know, over here. And you've made it a blessing, to tell you the truth. You've made it a blessing that you've all been with me, and that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to talk to you all. You know, I shared side with all of you. My mum did, Claire did, my brothers did, Jenny did. He was a big character. So the way I like to look at it now, to be perfectly honest, is I don't think his heart could have held all the people. I think that's what it is. That's the way I'm going to look at our side from now on. He went because his heart was that big for everybody that it couldn't hold up. That's the way I'm going to look at it, you know. And like I say, there'll be people out there probably watching it and go, oh, well, you know, that's exactly who he was. Exactly who he was. You know, if I'm saying all this and you lot have met him and you're like, he's a bit of a plum, Shabby. You know, but he wasn't, was he? He was just a lovely bloke. Talking about my mum. My mum writes, our Si, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank all Simon's friends for their kindness and generosity. For those who have met him, he was the guy from up north, the fantastic artist who would always share his talent with everyone. He was funny, friendly, and treated everyone the same. He did not care what you collected. The fact that you loved collecting him was enough for him. His knowledge on comic books, toys, and pop culture was vast, probably a lot more than anyone would know. This has come from a lifetime of collecting. That's right, lifetime of it. Simon loved the meetups and comic cons in Dublin. He always said meeting up was one of the highlight of any trip. To his family, he was our side. He was a good son. Great to take shopping. Yeah. He had the patience of a saint. He would help me with my Instagram. He took the photos and added the music. He was a loving partner to Claire. She would go along with whatever Si came up with. We won't mention Spider-Man and we won't mention the magic tricks that didn't work. Si was a part of a lifelong double act with Mark. Their grandma always said these two as thick as thieves. Yes, she did. He was a lovable bigger brother to Jamie and Rick, and he was a great uncle. Great uncle. I used to love it at bonfire nights when I'd let him do it because he got a big thing out of it. We have a friend called Dill. He's more or less my brother. Our Dill. He's been around since we were kids, and they come around with these big box of fireworks, and my kids would love it. My two older ones were a lot younger, and he loved doing it. He was a great uncle to him. Si and his brothers were always laughing at something stupid. We've talked about that. Si was a great giggler and had a great sense of humor, as most of you know. But if you put a picture up, he would alter it, which we'll talk about, yeah. We will miss you, Simon. You will always be remembered for a loving, funny son, brother, and partner that he was, and Marie. Yeah, he was. He was just a lovely, lovely bloke. Cheers, Mum. That's awesome. And Claire sent something too. Si had a way of filling every day with laughter, sometimes because of his jokes or sometimes because of his unbelievable clumsiness. That only made him more lovable, yeah. He was always ready for a laugh, always the first to lift the mood, always the one who stood firmly by my side through thick or thin. He believed in me, celebrated every achievement, and was so proud of everything I had accomplished. He sure was. I thought the world of him, and I only ever wanted him to chase whatever made him the happiest, whether that was sitting in the back table drawing for hours on end, buying another designer jumper, or buy the latest figure that he absolutely had to have, or it would be sold out. We've all done that, boys, to our wives, haven't you, girlfriends? Oh, if I don't get it now, I'm never going to get it. His support, his humour, and his huge heart has shaped my life, and his absence is felt in every quiet moment, but his joy and laughter echoes very loudly. I'm so lucky to have spent the best part of 19 years with Si. Long time, yeah. The memories and love for him will last a lifetime for me. You'll never walk alone. Your Claire. So there's a couple of letters that I got. There's some videos I'll show as well and so forth. But there's a couple of letters from my family. Just the same thing really in the letters that I've said. We just can't believe your love. We can't believe your compassion for us, your empathy for us, the way you've thought about us, the things you've done, from messaging to tags on stuff, to videos, to personal everything, every one of you. I can't be here and say all your names. You know who you are. You know what you mean to me and my family. And for you've all to done that for a small YouTube channel like me and Si. But we became more than that. And I think that's what it's become. It's more than that, isn't it? It is more than that. I want to play a video for you. And this is a video of our Si behind the scenes. So wait to see on some of these pictures how thin our Si used to be, how dark he was, do you know what I mean? And this and that. But this is a family video that I made for us to share with you.
Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness. So much joy you can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Bring me sunshine in your smile. Bring me laughter all the while. In this world where we live, there should be more happiness. So much joy you can give to each brand new bright tomorrow. Make me happy through the years. Never bring me any tears. Let your arms be as warm as the sun from up above. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love, sweet love. Bring me fun, bring me sunshine, bring me love. Hey!
His drum and bass. He loved his drum and bass. He loved his Wu-Tang Clan. Do you remember? He just sticking video, smoking and just dancing away like that. He was brilliant. He really, really was. Oh yeah, what a great way to pay our respects. Yeah, thanks, Gary. Thank you, everyone. It's been awesome. This, lots of love to everyone here. Love the entire Richardson family. Size, the class of the Fonz, and Han Solo, just the cool MF. He was, wasn't he? He never thought he was too, because we'd take, having three brothers, we'd always take the piss out, about his handbag. And then Dario got a handbag, and we were like, "What's going on? Everyone's got handbags, And but he was the proper. Now, when he said that, Rob messaged me, "Go, well, what's the proper dads?" And Rob loved that saying. So for Rob to say the proper dads, yeah, you're exactly right, mate. Exactly right. I don't know how long this will go for. It might go for a few hours or whatever. I'm talking away, and so I do apologise. But hiya, Roppy, nice to see you. Hiya, Gary. Hiya, Scott. Hello, Danny boy. good evening, much love to you, a true John. He was though, wasn't he? And you've all met him, like I said, and that's the nicest thing. He was a nice fella, just a nice bloke, really nice bloke. Listen, I'm going to take a sec for a minute. I'm just going to get rid of everything at the bottom so I can put some more stuff on. I want to share, like I said, the whole reason for doing this stream, everyone, was to share it with you lot. So bear with me. I know that's, like I said, the funniest thing is I've usually got people here, and I've usually got people that'll do this, you know. So, or when they're talking, I can do it. But let me just go behind the scenes for 1 second and let me just see what I can do here. Here we go. Here we go. So I'll get this one. This is a nice message. So here's the lovely Helen. We all know the lovely Helen, Mrs. DTM, if you will, but she's more than that to us, isn't she? She's lovely, our Hells. But this is what our Helen had to say. So hopefully I can get this working. How nice is that? Lovely Helen. Lovely Helen saying it. Beautiful, eh? Absolutely beautiful. Hiya, pal. Nice to see you, buddy. Good old Dean. KOC. Hiya, Stu. Our Des. Shabby Claire, Anne Marie, and the Richardson family, you're all in our thoughts and hearts. Wow. Thank you, my friend. Hiya, Georgie. Hiya, Damon. Hiya, Ricardo. You love that arse, did he? If you go to a bar and hi, my name's Ricardo. Brilliant. Hiya, Chase. Hiya, Steph. Hiya, Jim. Wow, it's nice to see everyone. And like I say, I apologize if I'm so far behind, and I'm just trying to get through it all. Hiya, DTM. You've all joined in from afar and wide to pay tribute to one of our best. Yeah, I can't believe how many people are here. It makes me proud. It makes me proud of us all, really. You know, we're very, very lucky in that, you know, to have such a... Chris Mira always said to me, Chasing 80s, Chris, don't make your videos or your streams for people that don't watch it. Make it for the people that do. And there's another thing now that will ring to me all the way. There's another thing straight away. So, hiya, Jules. Nice to see you, pal. Hiya, our Tez. Hiya, Jane. Wow, everybody's turned up. Everybody. If I've missed you, hiya, Kieran, Jonathan. Hiya. Let's have a look. You're not my real dad, man. Son up. Hiya, Chris. Hiya, Steph. Hiya, Mrs. T. Retro Tinker's in. Nate's here. Good old Berry's here. Hiya, Kat. Nice to see you, pal. Hiya, Gubs. Nice to see you, Gubs. Lovely to see you. Hiya, Mike. Wow, everybody's here. Hiya, Scott. Wow, there's some names. This is awesome, man. This is making my whole night. Absolute legends, all of you. Wow. Hiya, Coxie. Hiya, Nikki. Hiya, Dickie Docker. Cheers, pal. I appreciate that, mate. That's a lovely thing to say. Thank you, pal. You get nervous, don't you, about stuff like this? You know, if someone comes in and is a bit weird and so forth, who cares? Shabby inside. Grew up with 4 brothers in the north of England. That's going to affect me inside like that. Absolutely no chance. Let me show you another video. This is a good one. Let's have a look. God, this is hard, this doing it on my own. It really is. It's solid doing it on your own. Stu, Matt, Tess, I'll never say a bad thing. I'll never say a bad thing again. But thanks for being understanding. You know what I mean? I'm doing it on my own here. So here we go. This is of our DTM. This is a nice one. Our DTM there. Sorry, it makes me proud. Just makes me proud. It really does. I think I'm doing all right. I've got to an hour and I've not cried yet, but it's just seeing all these people here and what you've done. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. This will make us feel a bit better. One of the things our side was mega, mega proud of was this. There you go. He loved it, did he? Loved Tub Thumpers. I've just been informed that people can't hear me. Can you hear me okay? Let me just get down to the very bottom and see, because smashing it so far, Shabby. Thank you, pal. I appreciate that. Hi, Kim. Nice to see you. Hi, Win. I'm just going to get down to the very bottom. Hi, Geek Strong. Can you hear me all right? Just let me know if you can hear me okay. God, I'm miles behind. I'm so sorry. I'll read all your messages anyway. I'll go back and watch this, and let's have a look. Wow. Let's just make sure everyone can hear me all right. Hiya, Luke. Hiya, Luke. Wow, I Retro Ed. Wow, I had Sith Care Bed. Good old Josh is here. I had TJC. Wow. Mark Donald is here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. We can hear you, Shabby, not the videos. Right, okay. I'll probably play the videos later. I'll tell you what I'll do with the videos. I'll stick them up again later on if you can hear me. Yeah, it was the videos we could not hear, pal. Right, sorry about that. Let's see if you can hear this one. Let me know if you can hear this one.
So for me, Sai was a very kind, fun, mischievous person, but I always enjoyed his company or the times that I spent with him. I didn't know him for as long as some other people in this group, but Sai never made you feel as though that mattered. He made you feel instantly welcome. When I first met him, he made me feel as though I'd been part of the group for a long time, and the times that I did meet him, both online and face to face, it was a really enjoyable time that we spent together, just having a laugh, just talking about toys, squirrels at the smoking area, any manner of things really, and I'm gonna miss him immensely. There's definitely a gap in my life now, but I will always remember sort of like the good times that we had, and all the best, mate.
Nice. I think it must be my videos in the background. So there was only one more I had to play in the back, which is the one that Keep On Collecting made. And so if my sound isn't working in the background, I might just put that on Instagram if that's all right with Keep On Collecting, because it's a beautiful video. You've all made lovely comments and lovely little touches for him. Everyone from Boss, Nick, you know what I mean? Phil, Treasures for Trigger, Usual Mike, everybody has, and the Keep On Collecting lads made something that I don't think I could ever make, to be honest. It was beautiful. So what I'll do is so I don't jeopardize it anymore, because I don't want to start worrying about videos that aren't working and stuff like that. It's obviously the ones in the background. So DTM's, Helen's, and and Keep On Collecting, so I'll stick up, because they're the only ones that they were too big to go on my file on here, so I'll stick them in the background. First of all, I'd like to apologize. I want to get down here a little bit, so if you've said something, I'll be reading all your messages. Do not worry, I'll be going back and reading all of them. So thank you so much for your kind words. Loved Sai, my Echo smoking buddy. Yeah, he was one of the few people I confided in when I got my depression diagnosis, and he would often check on me and vice versa. We'll miss that. Much love to you all. He loved you, Greg. He absolutely loved you. He loved you. He tells me all the stories of you all when he met all of you. So he's the first person he's going to phone and tell. He's going to tell me, isn't he? He's going to phone me up and let me know, oh, this has happened and that's happened and so forth. I've got something to show you about our Greg and Gianni. I'll show you this right here. So what's happened is, let's get right there. So I apologize again. I'm going to stop saying it. I'm just going to take my time. Like that. So as you know, they did this, which is the Shabby Geek logo, and that's actually made by Red 5 Designs, and our Sai was made up when I told him. I said, yeah, look at that. He always thought they were superstars, you know what I mean, with the book and so forth. Then he saw all our names in the book and whatever. He backed it. That was our Sai. He was more happy that we all were in it. And, oh, look at that. There you are and all that. So Red 5 Designs made that. Well, I reached out to him because I don't want to forget our Sai in any way when it comes to especially the Shabby Geek channel, he'll always live on and so forth. And so what they did was they added this for me. So they added Sea Space Cowboy and put a couple of stars on it for him, which means Si will always be my logos. Do you know what I mean? He'll always be there, and just nice, just nice who he was and how he was. So for them to do that, especially Gianni to do that for me, but we're big fans, weren't we, the Red 5 Designs lads? And I think they were our last guests on Tub Thumpers before me and Si did it together. So yeah, I can hear me now fine. Hi, Left Coast. Yeah, saying hello to everybody. Hi, hello, Milvardi. Yeah, it is quiet. So what I'll do is, like I say, the Keep On Collecting one, our DTMs and our Helen's, I'll put on my Instagram channel. So you can, I'll put them all on, but I'll do that. So thank you all for that, for letting me know. That's okay, Shabs. No, I appreciate it, man. I really do. It was beautiful when I watched it. And it was absolutely gorgeous. It really was. Well said, Andy. At least he couldn't have been there. Well, at least we could hear you. Well done, pal. Yeah, it was nice of him. I've got a couple of nice ones. Here's another one for you.
What did I think about Si? Easily. Top fella. I mean, the amount of times I look forward to the chat on the Instagram group, and if I saw the chat going, I was always hoping that Si might have been on, because I really enjoyed his sense of humour and how he was. So yeah, I mean, the first time I actually met him was at NEC. Literally, if I remember rightly, it was outside as soon as I turned up. So yeah, I mean, I got many good memories. I mean, so yeah, just, you know, chatting, and he used to always talk to me about my little trips and stuff on, and saying, you know, he's watched this and all that, and I used to love putting the photos in the group. So I know he later, sooner or later, he would chop them apart and change them. I mean, that was, you know, that was fun. But yeah. Hello, Fifi. So yeah. And then to hear the news, I mean, you know, hello. So yeah. Sadly missed, greatly missed, and gone too soon. I could say more, but I think it's all probably already been said. All right, later all. Fifi wants to say hello. Hello, Fifi. Bye-bye, Fifi.
Cheers, Jason. Shabby, that KLC video was amazing. I watched it earlier today. It was beautiful. He was so nice as well. He reached out. I don't think Matt would mind me saying, he reached out and said he don't want to step on anybody's toes. He just wanted to make something nice for my family. I'll keep it forever. It's a beautiful video. All of you, what Boss said, what Nick said, what Stu said, what, you know, what Mike said, what Phil said. It's just lovely to see, just lovely to hear. You know, all of you's putting out things on Instagram. It's funny in a way, because at the time it was like, I appreciate it, but it's like, I really didn't need any of this. You know what I mean? It's something that you really want to see, but you don't want to know. It's like, does that make sense what I'm trying to say? You know, because then you realize why all these people are doing it. But now I've thought about it a couple of days, and, you know, a week or so, me, Claire and Anne-Marie have turned around and we've all said, well, yeah, look how nice it is to read all this, and so much love for you too. I love you all, man, and I can say it now. You've never heard me 412 videos tell anybody I love them. You know, my wife, my brother, my family. I love you all. I absolutely adore all of you. You've opened me up so much, and realized, you know, after doing this for 5 years, I used to sit there and go, why is everybody else beating me, or why is everybody doing this? And I always wanted to be different on this, you know what I mean? I didn't want to, you know, I remember Gianni once said to me, Gianni at Red 5 years ago, I don't know if you remember or not, but it stuck with me forever. He turned around and said, the thing about you, Shabby, you're like an old variety performance. Now, where I'm from, that is probably the biggest compliment anyone could have given us. I was like, that's exactly what I wanted to be like. You've seen me on, what is it? YouTube, pulling my pants up to my nipples, dancing, messing around, silly jokes, silly things. And like I said, I was lucky because I had someone exactly the same as me that can do it, if not better than I could in our side. Always made me laugh. Some of the stuff he sent me, I was just, you know what I mean? He was just a nutcase. He was brilliant for it. Just always put a smile on your face. I had Gilster. Thank you, Gilster. I appreciate that. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's hard because, like I say, it's very, very difficult doing this on my own, especially with my emotions. But you make it again at the start of this. I remember sitting here for 5 minutes before I came on. I thought, "Oh shit, I can't do this." But you've made it beautiful. You've made it lovely for me, so I really appreciate it. Yeah, I bet you did. Yeah, yeah, he was that name. All our names. Yeah, that's awesome. Hope you're well, BOE. Hi, Miss Detty. It's nice to see you in here. Hi, Josh. Wow, this is brilliant. This is so nice. Honestly, I'll keep this up. I turned around to Claire, my mum, and I said, I don't really want to keep this up. I don't, my channel is not for this, is it? You know what I mean? I went back to what I said before about the 412 videos. None of them are like this. But I think I'm going to keep it up. I think I'll keep it up for everybody that, like I said, I'm very blessed and my family's very blessed to share side with all of you. And I know you've been watching the old Tub Thumpers, yours, and I know you've been watching the special live streams, and so it means a lot to me. It really does. So yeah, I think I will keep it up. Man, are you trying to make me cry, son? Are you trying to make me cry? So I loved your crazy arms, Shabby. I don't know where bloody Red Fire Designs and Bosk started this with the dancing, and he said, "How long are your arms?" And that was it. I was like, what? I've got normal size arm. It's like I said, that's one of the things me and Si have always, and you can all vouch for that. If you can't laugh at yourself, you know what I mean? This is definitely not the group of lads you want to be in if you can't laugh at yourself. But hair dye, this horse teeth. I said to Jen once, because Red Fire Designs drew me with big teeth, and I said, "Have I got big teeth?" "Yes, you have." "Oh, what?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" So I phoned Si, "Have I got big teeth?" "Well, you got the same teeth as me, so yeah." And I thought, "Oh, brilliant. This is all." Yeah, it was Keith. Hi, Keith. Nice to see you. Hi, Josh. I work around the corner from Brannigan's in Blackpool. I can't help but remember when I lost my composure with Signed Scuba when we were knocking around that day. Brannigan. Do you remember the VIP gold card? And he's going back to Tub Thumpers. That's, Si used to go mad at me behind the scenes. I'll tell you something else you didn't know. Why are you always telling people it was my idea? Because it was. It was our size idea, Tub Thumpers. He came out with all of it. He phoned me one day and he was just going through his loft at home and he had somebody into something and he was pulling stuff out. And as he's pulling it out, he's messaged me privately and he's going, "Shabs, do you remember this? Do you remember this? Oh my God, I've not seen that since we were kids." And he turned around and goes, "You know what? Why don't we do a stream on this? Why don't we do a stream where I just pull out tubs?" And first of all, I was like, "Oh, I don't know about." But I tell you what, it turned into over 50 episodes. And it's going to continue, Tub Thumpers. It's going to continue. The lovely Connor got in touch, and Tub Thumpers is going to change its name, but it's going to look like this next year. Yeah, so BOE is going to carry a crate next year on the logo with size Tub Thumpers. And how I'd like to do it is the magic, and it was just brilliant. The questions of the week. I mean, do you remember this? Most stupidest things he come out with. And here's another behind the scenes. See, you're learning a lot about Shabby Inside tonight. I never wanted to know. I never ever wanted to. So I found out the question of the week when you lot found out. So I had the same reaction as you lot. And some of them questions, if you were, what is it? If you stuck up a mountain, but you had dog biscuits in your pocket, would they find you? That was one of them. Oranges. I know Keep On Collecting did that about the oranges. What did you call oranges before they were called and all that? It was just wow. Some of the questions, dinosaurs, ghost dinosaurs. Why come you never see ghost dinosaurs? Do you remember that one? He had some funny questions, didn't he? He really did. It was some of the stuff he said was brilliant. I first met Site Echo a couple of years ago and made me feel instantly welcome and part of the group. Totally shocked and devastated. Well, thank you, Pete, for that. That's a lovely thing to say. And welcome to Shabby's, mate. Welcome. Nice to see you've actually wrote something. That's awesome of you, man. That's a lovely thing to do. So I appreciate that. Even Chanty's here, right, pal? Wow, everybody's all size pals. He thought the world of all of you. I'm not lying. He thought the world of all of you. Are you Tony? Spending love, best wishes, brother. Thank you, pal. Everybody. Rick's here, of course, here. Hi, Rob. I love all my brothers. Yeah, same here. I'll never look at you lot the same way again. Not after the past 3 weeks. It's funny, isn't it? You take people for granted. Or they'll watch, or they might turn up, or they'll be in the group. And the outpouring is just ridiculous. It's overwhelming. It still is. How you've all taken time out of your lives, your families, and to think of me and Claire and Anne-Marie and Jamie and Richard and their families, and obviously Jenny and my family. For all of you, it's things like that. You know, it's like I used to say when I used to get gifts in the era, or people join my Patreon, I used to say the same thing. It baffled me. It was like overwhelming, because I never, I always used to think not of the gift itself or the Patreon itself. Was always people thinking about you. People sat in their own houses. You know what? I'll do this for Shabby Inside. You know what? I'll. And so this is like that times a million. That's that's the best way I can put it. It's just amazing what you've all done. How you've made you honestly, you should all be effing proud of yourselves, all of you, because how you've made me and my family feel, and you've made it a comfort to us, because we are. The pain is ridiculous. I've got to be honest here. I've never experienced anything like this. I hope to God it's going to be 40 years before I experience it again. And you've made it a comfort for us all. You've really helped out, including Claire, including Anne-Marie. You know what I mean? I remember Matt saying years ago on Tub Thumbers, when we did our 200 on a ZSR, so we did our 200th episode. And Matt goes, "Oh my God, that means Anne-Marie's had 200." That's my point. Everyone's got to know each other's wives and families. We've seen kids grow up. We've seen meeting at conventions. Name one of you in here now. Name me one time you've ever felt awkward meeting another one. Not one of you has. And if you have, that's on you, because I can't think of one of our family, and I call you all family now, not community, that would make anyone feel. And it's because of people like Si. It's because of people like Si. Do you know what I mean? Just, it takes nothing to put your arm around somebody. Hey, mate, do you want a cuppa? Hey, fancy a chat? It takes nothing. He was so proud of that group. He was so proud of the group he built on Instagram. And I opened the group for everybody. I don't want anyone out there thinking to themselves, "Oh, I'm on my own here," or you are more than welcome with us lot. And I'm talking us lot, not just me and Si, us all. You are all more than welcome. Just write to me. Say to me, "Oh, I'd love to do that. I'd love to join a group. I'd love to be part of something." And it's going to carry on from there. Yeah. Good old Josh. I now call people bread binhead. We've always had things like that. What the France, bread binhead, you plum, gemhead. I'll show you a picture. About gemhead. This will make you laugh. So, hang on a minute. Press the one bloody button. Here we go. Oh, yeah, shabby. This one right here. So Jenny got me a gem cup, because I like gem and the holograms. I don't care what you lot say. I've always liked it. So Jen got me a lovely cup, and I sent it to Si and said, "Oh, look what Jen's done here." And he sends me this back. Shabby Geek is a gemhead. Shabby Geek is a gemhead. It's just brilliant, wasn't he? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant he was. Just stuff like that he did. Coxie says, "We will always support everything you do, but I'm afraid we will also have to carry on giving your grief for being an Everton supporter. That comes from many of us Reds on the other side." I'm so glad you brought that up, Coxie, because your team, I have waited, right? You all know who you are, all you Red supporters. You have given me blooming crap for years. Oh, Xavi, and I can't win any argument, because obviously your team is superb and it's better than us. And so every argument I try and get into, especially our side, it ended with Champions League. Premier League. So I was like, but this year, and it's funny now, I catch myself. I've watched a couple of Liverpool games, the ones where they're getting hammered, which is practically every week now. And I look up and I wink like that. And I think of all the times for him to pass away, of all the times. Do you know what I mean? He's probably up there now thinking, "Oh, thank God I'm away from him. He had gone on." Cat goes, "It was always quality of your followers, not the quantity that counts." 100% agree. You and Si made a place we all wanted to be in, and long may it continue. Long may it continue. That's a lovely thing to say, Catherine. I appreciate that. Cheers, Keith. Long may it continue. Me and Si have always, same as when we did it with my children, and then Jenny came along and did it. And it's the same when Si came along. And a lot of people might think, oh, it'll all change now and this and that. And I was thinking about it, like I say, but until my little brother turned around and said, no, Shabby, you can't. You've got to keep it going. I will, and I'll keep it the way it was, and I'll honour his memory. Do you know what I mean? We'll still do stuff like the question of the week. We'll also do stuff like this. The magic, the magic tricks. The magic tricks. That's one of the things I think I've missed the most. Every one of you have come on and done a magic trick. There's a part in Keep On Collecting's video where there's me and Steph on it, and we are pissing ourselves. And that's what it was. I used to say to him behind the scenes about the magic, and he'd go to me, Shabby, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. And I'll say, well, I never kind of grasped what he meant. And he goes, if it's crap, we've won. If it's great, we've won. And I don't. And then I remember we had somebody on, and he winked at me like that our side, and I thought, he's exactly right. He's exactly right. How crap it was brilliant, because we inside go, no, what are you talking about? It's not crap. That's when the joke. His magic was brilliant. It was one of the funniest things in the world. I loved his question of the week, but his magic, I just looked for. And again, it was the same as the question of the week, guys. It wasn't. I didn't know his magic. I didn't know what he was. When he turned around and the thing was called Graham for years, and also he called it Colin, the cockroach. Remember? And he went, "Oh, it's Chase this week." He was just legend, absolute legend. You know. G4 says, last year I was so excited that Cyclone and Anne-Marie were going to Joe Fest. I could sense something was off, but he never waited to let anyone down. No, he didn't. He's that sort of person. He never wanted to let anybody down. So, size tub thumpers. Yeah, that's what it's going to be called. Yeah. Well, we'll still do the magic tricks. Like I say, what I'm hoping for, and if you'd all help me out, and the best way to support me next year was come on, tub thumpers, come on, size tub thumpers. And we'll do the magic, and we'll carry it going and so forth. This was something he loved. It was all him, Tub Thumpers. Like I said, I'm not going to take any credit for it. It's all our side. He loved it. Loved Tub Thumpers. So let's carry that on. Let me show one more. I've got one more thing to show. Oh, two more. So let me just show you this one.
Hey guys, sorry I can't be with you live today. I'll be at work, but I wrote down a couple of things here. In many ways, Simon is the anti-Shabby, which means that I liked him instantly. Shabby billed him as the quiet Richardson when he introduced him to us 5 years ago, who could sometimes be opinionated, who's very artistic, and loves Batman. What's not to love about that? So for me, that meant whenever I stopped by my local Target, I'd shoot him a quick picture of the DC figures, see if he needed any. Over the years, I did send him a few, along with some vintage Star Wars figures. And as a way to say thank you, he sent me a hand-drawn picture of my wife. I promise that's better than how it sounded. But I am honored to have two hand-drawn pictures from Cy, along with many fond memories of the stupid things that we would laugh at. Like many of you, I got a real big kick out of the photoshopped pictures that Cy made of all of us, but I will miss those pictures immensely. I'm jealous of those of you who got to be with Cy in person. I never did get that opportunity. I thought that Mark bringing Cy into the group was for his sake, to get him out of his shell a little bit, to introduce him to some good guys. But it turns out that bringing Cy in was for all of our sake. I'm really thankful for Cy. About 3 years ago, I went through a divorce, which, as you can imagine, was pretty difficult. But I'm so thankful for a number of you guys in this community that would just chat with me on any given night. During that time, I probably talked to Cy a couple times a week, sometimes more. And he was always there. He was always there, any day, any time. And I needed that more than he ever knew. Over the last few weeks, it's been touching to see how much Cy meant to others in their tributes, their words, their memories that they've shared. Because I know what he meant to me. He meant a lot to me. And while I will miss our regular Instagram chats more than he could ever know, I can't help but be thankful that for the last 5 years, our paths inexplicably crossed and we became friends. Some might say that Mark is like a dog and Cy is like a cat. I like to think that Cy is more like a Cadbury egg. Hard shell, but soft and gooey inside. Cy became very much a loud Richardson in our community, and the volume of which can only be heard by his absence. Cy's heart was for people, always. The loss of Simon Richardson is being felt all around the world, which in a way is kind of cool. Kind of. So great is the loss of Cy that I've been told that his beloved Liverpool Football Club has taken this season off as tribute. Cy's impact on me will probably be for the rest of my life. I drink Yorkshire tea now because of Cy. I still laugh about him calling PG Tips goat piss. I loved it when he called somebody bread bin head. And if you ever heard Cy call anybody sunshine, then that meant he was done talking about whatever we were talking about. Cy became a brother to all of us, not just Mark. And for that, I will be forever grateful. I can't wait to meet Claire and Anne-Marie in person. I can't wait to be with my collector friends again, because it has brought us closer than ever before. Good is coming from it and will continue to ripple outward the good that's still coming from Simon Richardson. So Cy, until we see each other again, I love you, buddy, and I miss you already, but what a great embrace we'll have one day.
Means the world to me. Means the absolute world to me. What you all thought of him. Really does. Awesome logo, perfect. Thanks. I'm going to show 2 more videos, and then I'll open the chat, and then we can all come in. And if you want to come in, it's like I say, there's no thing at all. Question of the week and Magic and Man were my favourites. Absolutely cried at all of them. Yeah, brilliant, really. I remember Dave waking me up and listening to Question of the Week. I remember get up. Question of the Week's on Cy's Tub Thumpers. Yeah, that's what it's going to be called. Yeah, Cy's great stream. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Love the size. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, bring on Tub Thumpers. Well, I hope you're all going to come back on it. I really do, because like I say, Tub Thumpers was for all of us. All of us. That's why we did it. You know, and it was great because you'd have some personalities that, you know, they're a bit quiet, they're not. And you come on Tub, you would never think. It just how warmed me and Cy made him feel really warm. And so long may it continue. Oh yeah, Question of the Week. I miss it. You say it every week when you hit the mute button. I miss the string showing doing the trick. Yeah, like I say, keep on collecting this video. I'll put it up. But please watch all these people's channels and what they've said about our Cy and support each other. They're awesome. They're awesome. Dinosaur Ghost is going to stick with me for the rest of the week. Yeah, I'm still having nightmares about it. Yeah, I popped a few tequila shots. Thanks to Cy's. Important questions. There's the mascot of Tub Thumpers right there. That was Cy's idea too. So, there was another stream that me, Matt, and Tez used to do with Super Awesome, and the name of it was done by our BOE, but he never got the recognition for it ever. And so me and Si, when I was talking to Si about what should we call it, and said Tub Thumpers and all that sort, and it was BOE that called it Tub Thumpers. I said, yeah, we'll call it that. And then they said, you know what? Let's make BOE the mascot. So BOE will always be the mascot of Tub Thumpers, always. And now he's in cartoon form, so that's even better. My favourite question of the week is where he had to wait for a long question to finish and say, so what's the question? Some of them would go on, wouldn't they? But then some reviews have done it. I remember Berry doing it, and or is it Zoe's done it, the Magic, and George, loads of people have. It was just brilliant. Yeah. Steve says, went for a meal with Si and Claire, and they nipped out for a fag during the meal. Meal ended and everyone was walking out. I thought, we're doing a runner. And then I found out Si had paid for everyone. He used to tell me all the time as well about Camilla and VTR doing it for him. Always paid for my dinner, Shabs. Always paid for my dinner. That meant more to him than any toy. Yeah, it really did. Hiya, Michael. I'm at work and I can't watch West Space's tune. No, Michael, thank you so much for your kind words. I appreciate that, pal. Jen's phone blew up for a second with the Scubas and I trying to relay this sound message. I bet it, yeah, Lucy came in and said, so I apologize about that, but it was 2 videos and I'll show them again, definitely, because they're beautiful videos. Beautiful. Helens and DTMs and KOCs. They're gorgeous. You're doing great, Shabby. Brave and true and brilliant thing to remember our side. Tip of the cap. Wow, man. One of my pals. One of my ZSR buddies. I appreciate that, Matthew. I really do. Dino Ghosts, yeah, why didn't we see him? I know, it's just silly, wasn't it? Silly. Hiya, Phil, sending all our love from the Force clan. Sorry for your loss, mate. Lovely to see you, Phil. No, thank you for coming in and saying that, mate. Thanks for your kind words, pal. Are you keeping Si's original artwork? We're going to be doing that. Me and Claire are going to go through it, and we're going to do some prints and so forth. The thing about it is what made me, Claire, proud, and Anne-Marie, was the fact that every time we'd watch somebody on a stream, one of Si's artwork would be behind him. Remember, this was his profession. This is what he got paid to do. And I think the majority of you got it all for free, didn't you? And he'd say to me, oh, Shabby, we'll get you over 1,000. We'll do some of my print. You're always doing it. And every one of you has got pictures and portraits. I remember the one for Kim Gonick. I don't really know Kim that well, but Si really liked her. And she was talking to him at a convention once, and she was saying, no, I don't think anyone will do me a picture. And Si did it for her. Si did hers. Sort of bloke he was. Shared everything with everybody, even his art. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Sam was ever bothered about money. My kids like Si too. I think first and foremost was fans never say that. Never. No way. No chance. Not anymore. I don't think there's been a day that's passed in the last few weeks where Si hasn't been in my thoughts. He proved such a special guy. He did. Never an awkward moment, true family. Exactly right. Look at me and you when we met at Joe Fest, like we've known each other 20 years, wasn't it, pal? There is no idea what you're talking about, Shabby. Yeah, I laughed when we mentioned the football the other day, Shabby. Very ironic. Yeah, I know. Just brilliant. Hey, JB, nice to see you, pal. Hey, Zoe. Hey, Damon. And Damon, you've got some art of size that me and Claire, don't worry, me and Claire are going to get everybody some artwork. Yeah, Magic of the Mind too. Yeah. Magic Trick, I never saw the magic. Yeah, Shazam. Do you remember Shazam? Just stupid. Yeah, it was hilarious. Shazam. Shazam. Si makes me want to stop in our local magic shop. He does. Let me get these 2 videos because we're going over really bad. Thank you for this, everyone. Thank you. But I just want to share 2 things. This is a lovely message of TJC.
Where to start? Sorry. Such a big part of our sort of group. Always there for everybody. Especially, it's been there a hell of a lot for me. I've had a bit of a tough couple of years, and never a moment's gone by where Si hasn't sent me a message just out of the blue and just said, "Ain't seen you in the chat much. Are you alright? Is everything okay?" Always checking in on you. Always making sure you're okay. It was great to have met him a few times, obviously, at the toy fairs. And obviously he made a really big impression on my boy, Jace. Always doted on him and made a fuss of him and, treated him to little gifts here and there. And you couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, the whole group is obviously amazing. But Si would always go that extra mile if he could. Obviously his passing has left a big hole in the group. There's no easy way around it. It's not something we're going to get over. We'll just have to keep him in our mind to keep his memory alive. But from what I can say about Si is, from my personal point of view, he may be Shabby's brother, but he was definitely a big brother to all of us. And my heart goes out to his family, Claire, obviously Shabby. There's no words can really put how devastating it is to have lost him. And just know that we're all here to support where we can. And so you are greatly missed.
Nice, isn't it? I was listening to seeing people's faces, how sad everybody looks, and not nice seeing how sad everybody looks, but it just means something to us, means something to me, means something to my mum and Claire and Jenny and Rick and Jay. It's just seeing these people, like the emotions that they have. Someone, do you know what I mean, that just came on and made people laugh for a couple of weeks. You know, it's perfect. I'm going to be honest, I used to tune in for Size Magic. Yeah. Sides over the cockroach was called Dr. Colin Graham. Yeah. Yeah. Scuba Ross's. That's what it was. I remember. Do you remember that time, Claire, if Claire was watching, that he bought that $5 thing from, what is it, Bean and Bargis, that magic trick? He was elated, what he couldn't believe it. It was like he'd found the holy grail. Yeah. Anti-Shabby. Yeah. Brilliant. I know. Good old Andy, man. Lovely. Si was better looking than Shabby. Well, yeah, I suppose he was. Yeah, yeah. And photoshopped. Yeah, nothing was. Remember, he'd all come on and he'd say, "Oh, I've got these pictures. We've scoured the internet looking for Ricardo." Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Usual Mike. Hiya, pal. Nice to see you, Mike. I feel a Joe Fest. Yeah, there'll be a Joe Fest song, definitely. You're right. Jealous of those who got to meet our sign person. You've all, in a way, I've got to admit, you've all met him in person, because what you saw on screen and the people who've met him will contest to it. It was Si. So you've all met him. You know what I mean? Every one of you has. He's, you know, he wasn't a different person at all. He was exactly the same person. I'd tell you the sort of person he was. I always used to call it, used to go to these dudes. So I made a quick video, which I'll show, of Manga Fandanga's world. And this is what you lot meant to him. Sums him up, doesn't it? Sums him up who he was. Just completely sums him up. He just led you on it. Another thing was the pictures. I want something to show you for that, and then I will invite people on. The fake photos. Here we go. This always made us all laugh. So you've heard it, Zero Sar on streams, on everything else. What Si would do to everybody in the pictures and so forth. So what he'd do is you'd get a picture and it'd start off there I am, like this. So I just built this gazebo in my house and so forth. And so you'd put a picture in the group and you'd go, oh yeah, you know, I'll look at that and so forth. And then Si would do this. So he'd had something stupid in it all the time. It was like everywhere one of us went, like Scott Whitehouse would go in the middle of nowhere, fields and Ireland. He'd always put us in his pictures, like everyone was there. Or he'd always put Blackpool Tower in pictures, and he'd always do it. You know, he'd carry on. You see what I mean? You know, and it just made us all laugh. He just included us all. And there's been a few people on our streams that have turned around and said, do you know what I mean? Oh, I can't believe I've made it into size pictures and that sort of stuff. For example, TJC, you just saw, that's his bus in the morning. So TJC would show us what, you know, he's a bus driver. So he'd show us in the morning what bus he had that day and all that sort of stuff. And then the lads would all start getting together and doing the pictures. So then it went from that to that. And then to that. Oh, just world class. Just brilliant. To that. To that, look at VTR there, brilliant. Sort of person he was, do you know what I mean? And then the Emperor, to that, and then you can see it. So every now and then you got Keith Drew in it, our Tez, Connor, G-Force. He just constantly had people on it, and it just always made him laugh. Do you know what I mean? Tez in that pirate, why is Tez got a pirate hat on? He's just so stupid, Matt. You know what I mean? There's him with his pineapple head. Well. Everyone on board, and that's who he was. He was just a funny guy like that, just stupid, and that's what I miss the most about him, the way he was. Yeah, he just amazing words, Andy. You were so right. Yeah, you thank you for the lovely messages. Twins are both one and the same person. Shy as the yin to Shabby's yang. It will be like losing a part of yourself. It does. I feel empty. That's the weirdest part. It's if I had to say something, it feels like my balance is off. And so I agree that you are strong. I try. I've got a lovely family around me. I've got lovely family, you know, in England and here. I love my brothers. I love my wife. I love my children. I love my nieces, nephews. I love my mum. I love our Claire. I'm very lucky. Yeah. One late night chat, it was only me and Silef. We were talking each other stoner questions to the wee hours. Yeah. Hiya, Boba. Oh, thank you, my friend. That's a lovely thing to say. Love you too, pal. Thanks for coming in. Right, I am going to get down because I'm just going to put a link in the chat. If you want to come on, there is no what is it at all. Don't worry about it. It's not as if you have to come on. You don't. But if you want to come on and say a few words before we go, and I've appreciated this, everybody, tonight. I really have. Come on and say hi, Des. We go. How are you, buddy?
Oh, hey, Shabby, all right?
I'm all right, mate. What do you think? What have we got to say?
Well, there's not a lot. There's not much more to say, really. You know, it's just the world's a sadder place without him. You know, it's what an absolute gent. You know, gentle giant. You know, it's just You sort of like I'm at work doing whatever I'm doing at work, and all of a sudden it just pops in your head.
It's weird, isn't it? That's how I get it. It's like one of the things I'm going through is the guilt for me. I was talking to my mum and Claire about it, and Jenny, and I was saying it's the guilt for me. It's like we had VTR over here, and it was lovely having him. It was so because I cancelled it all, and Scuba's coming tomorrow as well, which is on Friday, which is awesome of him. So people around me to take times out of their lives to come and see me is awesome. But I had this guilt kind of feeling. Do you know what I mean? Like, should I really be doing this? Should I be? But everyone said, no, Shabby, you've got to carry on with your life and do it. Hey, John, you all right?
Yeah. I mean, Shabs. I mean, I know that one thing I love about Cy was his laughter, his infectious laughter, and I mean, like, I'm always going to remember Cy for he loved my funny hats and everything, and abracadabra. Ooh.
Yeah,
And
Shazam.
Shazam, yeah. He just loved life, and yeah, like people have been saying, his artistic talent. You know, I hope someday to get my Batman comic from him.
Well, we've already discussed that. It was things like this though that made me laugh. He used to do things like this, right? So he just sent me, if he knew I wasn't feeling too good, I was a bit pissed off, he'd send me stuff like this. Can you tell me where you were between 5 and 11 primary skills? How much does that sum up our site? Just sums him up, doesn't it? Just stupid stuff like that. Just always did it. Always.
I hope that someone can continue that stupid stuff, because that's it's lovely.
Oh, they will. I mean, that's one of the things. That's because I think there's a few people in the group or on Shabby's channel that was concerned, like, oh no, do we carry on or what do we do? But nothing's going to change. Nothing.
Well, I can tell you, I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel the same way as I do, but it's like, I'll be on anytime you want. You know what I mean? Whenever you said if you're planning on doing a stream that week, if you need someone to be on with you as a second, you can always hit me up. I mean, it's not like I'm working or doing anything, so I'll be there for you, you know?
I appreciate that, pal. Hi, Adam. Hi, PGM. Nice to see you all. This is
and lovely. I think everyone looked forward to, like, if you threw a picture in that chat, that Autobots chat, I think everyone looked forward, like, what's going to happen to the picture?
It was the thing about our site, and I'll say this, and I genuinely mean it, and I think that most of you will come to. He never laughed at somebody; he laughed with somebody.
Yeah,
always laughed with you. Do you know what I mean? He took it far, but he never crossed the line. Our site, never. I think it would have broke him, Si, if he ever thought he hurt somebody. He's just not that sort of bloke. He always wanted to include everybody and have a laugh with them, never at them, never. And I think, again, that's a good upbringing that me and Si had. We weren't that sort of people to make people, you know, I don't know. I think it's proved it with us, with all the stuff we collect and so forth. And it's just nice to share this. And I've always said it, you've heard me say it on streams for a long time, that collecting and what we do is a lonely business. But the way we've all found each other and supported each other and helped each other, and Si was the biggest one of that. He'd always have one of his on. He'd always put his arm around you and, you know, you saw some of these pictures. He's never just stood with you. His arm's bloody round you. Do you know what I mean? He's that bloke.
Anyway, I've got there's a message with TJC saying PGM's popped up. I thought White Snake we're back. So his I have got long hair. So
yeah, your long hair's back, Pete. Yeah.
But no, I love Si because he actually said something that I couldn't see, Shabby.
Right.
I'm still learning today. When my stand-up was going.
Yeah.
He said this out loud, which I was totally oblivious to myself. He says, Pete, if you're going to be a stand-up comedian, you can't take things seriously. All right. And he was right. He was absolutely right. I'm still learning that. I'm still learning it today. But Si actually said that out loud. And I'm really thankful for that. I really, really do. So
it's little things he did. It was little things he said and stuff like that. It's like when you started up your toy fair, Adam. We were dead proud of you, man. And Si, I'd talked to Si behind the scenes, and he'd be sat there with his fight and with his smoking and his drink, and he'd always say, "Oh, look at him! Look at what he's doing! Look how." He was just that sort of bloke. He always had something against your pink outfit, though. He always, you and your outfit, and what it was, and Andy with his pink shorts. And he would never say Andy to me. He'd always go, you know him in the pink shorts. Him in the pink shorts. Just a funny bloke, you know, just crazy. Hiya, Phil. Nice to see you, pal. What do you remember, Adam?
Yeah, first and foremost, I would just like to say, Shabby, I am totally impressed with what you've done in the last sort of 2 hours. I was just sitting there. I was sitting there in awe of you, if I'm honest, the strength you've shown and all that. So I just wanted to say big up to you because I think that was amazing.
You've all done it. I've got to admit, just to answer your thing there is, you've made me do this. The way you've all been, even yourself. Personal messages, Shabby, are you all right? Taking time out of your day to me. Every one of you has done it. Every one of you. And you've made me wanted to do this. It's like I said, I didn't do this because I needed to or I had to. I wanted to share it with, because it's like I said, we all had Si for the past 5-6 years, didn't we? All of us. And so I wanted to share it with you. Like, I wanted to go through this in a way. It might sound silly, this, and I don't mean it to sound, but in a way, I want to go through this with you lot. You were a big part of him. All of his way. He adored all of you. There was not one he didn't talk about. He didn't want to do something for. He didn't want to talk to. He didn't want to meet.
Yeah.
So that's what made me strong, really, and my family strong. Is I'm a strong bloke anyway. It'll take a lot, to break me, to be honest. But you've made it's like I said before in there about half an hour ago. You've made it so you're so comfortable for my family. It's ridiculous. You should all be proud of yourselves, man. The love you've shown. It's just I'll never be able to thank you enough. I just won't.
Well, one thing I'll remember, I mean, with like you're saying, with Sai's generosity and like the way he was and how he was including everybody. Like when I started talking about seriously doing the super awesome science, Sai and Brett both from Collecting with Cool were like the first ones I talked to, and Sai was all for it. And I don't know if everybody in the chat knows, but he had come on a couple of live streams with us for Super Awesome Science to talk about Bigfoot and UFOs and ghosts and all these other weird things. And he was always up for that chat when he could make it. And I loved having him on the show with us. And it was really nice of him to do the ones that he did and to show up and be there with us and to have a laugh. And like, it's like, you don't have, we had crazy theories and conspiracies and things, but we didn't actually have to take any of it too seriously. We always had a laugh. And
I know that, I mean, you've watched me inside for years, and I think that's what it was all about for me. I'm not a person, I mean, it's like I said, that's one of the strangest things. I talked to Connor about this. That's one of the strangest things. I don't feel like myself.
Yeah,
because I'm not a negative person. I'm not a person who gets anxiety and this and that, and I don't feel like myself. That's the weirdest thing for me. And it's like I said at the start of this stream, I'm feeling that way over someone who never made me feel that way.
Yeah,
and I suppose that's what I mean. I suppose that's why I've been so lucky to have you all around me, and because I'm talking about someone we all knew, not just watched on YouTube. We all actually knew him. He talked to us all. There's not one person on this stream or in the chat or on the screen that didn't talk to our side. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's funny. G-Force used to love modify my bus pics. Oh, the pics were brilliant. Oh, do you remember? I'll tell you, it was funny as well because I always remember when you lads had put a picture and then you'd realise what you've done. I'll never forget Jeff Barker, right? So Jeff Barker put this picture when he was in prom, and he was a bigger fella then, and he had this pinkish kind of lavender suit on, and he had a hand, and he wrote underneath it, "Oh shit," because he'd realised he was always for fun, wasn't it? And you could always tell when Si was doing it because he'd go quiet, wouldn't he? You won't hear from him for a couple of minutes because you know where he is and what he's doing. But
away.
I mean,
I think Sorry, Des.
So I think Martin said, you almost started putting photos into the group, hoping that he does something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was just, it's like him. How did Keith become Craig David? It's just
I will interject because that was a late night chat, and that's one of my fondest memories. Me, Keith, Si, and I think there might have been Scott or one other person on it. It was about 2 a.m. in the morning. Typically, we're on a video call. We're just chatting rubbish. And Keith's going to hate me for saying this. He's in the comments. But Keith was sitting there and he had these headphones on. And the way he was angled his camera, he just looked like Craig David from Bo Selector.
Yeah.
So I just came out and said it. And Si just ran with it. He was like, we both, every time I mentioned it or he put it on a thing, like we just both literally laughed so hard. And I even now I'm just like it makes me smile every time I see Craig David from Bo Selector.
It's Keith.
I think of Si, I think of Keith, and it's just straight away.
Weird, isn't it? It's just funny the way he did it. So, and he always did it for it's like I've got every one of the Tub Thumpers galleries. And what me and Si did was we were going to do Tub Thumpers, just going to do it with me and Si for a couple of weeks and do it with other people. And it was Si's idea to do that because he said, let's just give everyone a break from it for a bit if they don't want to come on and do it that way. And But one of the things I was always proud of is like when it came to his thumbnails and when it came to gallery pictures, I never told him what I wanted ever. I never turned around and said, "Oh, do Des like this, do Adam like that, do PJ." Never. So, and I've got to admit, so one night I'll do an after nights one, and I'll show you some of the pictures he did bring, and I was like, there is.
You got to change that.
There is no way on earth I'm showing that. It's like just some of the stuff he did like that, and I was like, no, I can't show that, mate. But he was always a laugh. He was just, and if you notice as well, when you look at the pictures he does, especially in the galleries, Easter eggs. So in the far background, there's one of us in the far background doing something. Do you know what I mean? He thought of everybody like that, and he never waited to miss anybody out. He always wanted to do something nice for people and make sure they felt part of something, you know. I messed up your watch and you don't need to see that. That's all he's saying. John, like that. John, I need to ask you a question. What's this? Shab's arms are long enough, he can probably reach us.
Because I think it was Shanty in the chat said, I wish we were there to give you a hug.
Yeah.
Well, I responded, well, Shabby's arms are long enough. He could probably reach us for a hug from where he is. You know?
In the bus photo, we're all singing, we're all going on a summer holiday to Blackpool. One of the things that's coming up, I just want to share with you all. Let me just get these up. I want that one. And I want that one. So obviously I'm going to take some time and all that sort of stuff to spend time with my family to make sure everything's right. But that doesn't mean the Shabby Geek channel's going anywhere. So the next thing I want to do is this, which is the Christmas live stream. I love doing this is the Christmas decorations live stream. So this is the one where I loved this last year, and I remember our site wouldn't do it with me. He said, "No, this is for you. I want you. I'd rather watch this than be on it," he said. And I loved it. I loved seeing everybody's pictures from around the world and seeing how everyone decorates differently. So, but one thing I'm definitely going to be doing is this. And this is Manga Fandanga's Merry Christmas. And it was important to us. This sums up our site, everyone, more than anything. So he turned around and he said, he asked me last year, he said, what are you doing for Christmas and all that sort of stuff? And I said, oh, what do you mean? What am I doing for Christmas? Spending it with my family and so forth. He said, all right, is there any way that I can do this stream? And I was like, oh, mate, I'm not sure whether I can because I've got a family or whatever. Doing that on Christmas Day, it's a bit. And he said, all right. He said, well, is there any way I can do it? And I said, well, yeah. So I set him up. So he's actually part of the Shabby Geek on my StreamYard and stuff. He's an admin on it. And I said, why do you want to do that Christmas Day? And he turned around to me. He said, I sat there thinking of people that are on their own, right? This is a God's honest story. Just sat there thinking of people. He said, it's all right for you and me. We've got people around us. We've got this. He said, but can you imagine people that don't? Mm-hmm. He said, can you imagine people that just sit in their apartment on their own and they've got no family or the family live far away so they can't? He said, I'd really like to do this. Anyway, so I said, all right, well, I'll set it up for you. And I thought, what a nice thing for him to do that. And I never really got the ring of it until anyway, I set it up. And then so many people came on and so many people were watching. And I remember when it finished and he said to me, now you get it, don't you? Because I thought there'd be about 2 or 3 people on Christmas Day. We're just doing it for 1 or 2. And loads of people came. It was one of the biggest streams. I mean, we're not a big channel at all. We had about 300-400 views on it, which is, makes me look like a box office blooming thing, but that's who Sai was. That I remember the week he died. I'm not going to say any names, but there's 2 people that have been fairly ill. And our side was more concerned about them than he was him. Do you know what I mean? And he'd say, oh, have you heard of this person? I'm going to phone him up. I'm going to make sure. And then he'd get back to me. Oh, he's all right, Shabs. This has happened. That. The sort of person he was. He was never, ever thought of himself, ever. I don't think I've ever been to a Joe Fest without Sai money. I know it was Claire's money. I know whose money it was, but I don't think I've ever been to it. Don't you worry, Mark. We'll put money in your bank. And he's just always he was always a big brother. And it's like what TJC said in his video. I feel like he was a big brother to all of us, really. Do you know what I mean? I think you've all felt welcome at Shabby's, haven't you? All of you,
Yeah, definitely. And for someone like me, I've not got a YouTube channel or anything like that. New to Instagram, a couple of years ago, and he just, everybody has sort of welcomed us with open arms.
Yeah.
Sorry, Des. Go on, Des. Sorry.
No. You carry on, Pete. You carry on.
Shabby, you touched touched,
Hey, hope I'm
you and Si
working.
touched a lot of people around the world. Not just UK, not just USA. You've got Australia, New Zealand. It's just it's a beautiful thing. So be happy in that.
I will. Hiya, Jenny. Good old Jen's here. Hiya, Jen. Nice to see you, pal. She must have come home and watching it. That's the thing that blew my mum away, I think. That blew my mum away is the fact that I'm getting messages from Japan, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, America, England, and everyone's saying, "Oh, poor," it's like the lads around the world. It's just it's weird because our Jenny's, like I said, I mean, I know some of your wives they get involved and so forth, but my Jenny's more or less like Connor's missus. She knows what we do and all that, but she's not really that bothered. Do you know what I mean? But I think ever since this has happened, it's opened her eyes. Like my wife booked a ticket for Joe Fest next year. And she's coming to the group, and I think she's realised, you know what I mean? And I think that's what it was for us. We're very, very lucky, I think, for being the ages that we are. And we're all acting like 20-year-old kids, aren't we? Talking about toys and, we watched that movie, and, and this and that. But I'm very proud of us all. You look at all the,
There's something to share that it's an amazing, it truly is an amazing time that we're living in, because this has brought out some stuff with my father and my family saying things. And my dad said, if you had told me when I was 20 years old, so he's going back like 60 years in his life, that you would have friends in this day, like that you've only met through this picture-in-picture world on a computer screen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From all over the world. He goes, I never would have believed you. He goes, my 20-year-old self, your only friends were the people you walked to school with, the people that you might have worked with at a job, the neighbor kid that was next door to your house. Like, you only knew people that were in your little tiny neighborhood and your little tiny street in your little tiny town. And that was it. That was your choice of friends. And he goes, and now you have friends that mean something to you that are from all over the world. Yeah. And you talk to them every single day. And he goes, it just would have blown my mind when I was younger that this could even be a possibility. Yeah. And it's the fortunate thing that we have in this world to where, we might, some of you guys we've never met in person. But like you said, Shabby, when we do meet you guys in person, it's like we've known each other for years because we see each other every day like this in these little squares, but we see each other face to face and talk and chat, and we have meaningful conversations, and we mean something to each other. And it's in some cases, it's much stronger of a friendship and relationship than that person we grew up right next door with.
It is. I agree with that too. And I think that's why I started off this stream about community and family. Yeah. You all feel like family to me now. None of you have gone, that poor shabby lad, his brother died. Oh, did he? Anyway, none of you. No. You've all the emotions you've all shown and the feelings and the letters and the I've reached out to some of you who have had people that have died in your and that means so much to me. Yeah. That you're taking time out and thinking about your personal things and sharing them with me. And it's just things like that I don't know, man. I'll never, ever forget this. I don't think I ever will. And he says you'll definitely keep. 100% will. 100% will. I need you lads. I've got to admit. And you girls, I remember writing a couple of days after I wrote on the on Instagram. I didn't want to speak really. I just wanted to write something out. And I wrote, it feels like I've lost a brother but gained 100. And Camilla, DCB wrote, and 100 sisters. And she's right. She's Connor, have you got anything to say, Connor?
I've been thinking about this the last couple of days. I hope my mic is working, by the way. I was having issues, what I want to vocalize about Sai, and I was thinking about this, is my personal experience of Sai, or what I'm going to say, is probably the exact same for every single person out there.
Yeah.
So the first time I met him, I went over to Echo. Again, there wasn't the sort of personal chats and stuff that at the time we were all just through the YouTube chats. Everyone was talking about Echo. The pandemic was kind of lifting, and I said, I'm going to go over. My daughter then got wind I was going, wanted to come with me. And the first person I bumped into was Cy. And I had recognised the face, introduced myself. And he said, I'm going out for a cigarette. You want to come out? And I said, yeah, come on, because we've been queuing ages to get in. And we just clicked. He had a way of just drawing you in. You're talking to him. He shows that he's interested in you. He cares. He pulls you in. Automatically, you become best friends with the guy. What helped was there was a particular cosplayer that the two of us were sniggering at, like 5-year-olds. I won't go into details or talk bad about anybody, but straight away it was like, oh, you're an immature kindred spirit, great.
He was
he just had that way about him. And another thing, I've a word that keeps coming to the forefront of my mind to describe Cy, and in any other circumstance, this word is a really negative word to use about somebody. But again, I think everyone would agree. There was a part of Cy that was extremely calculated, but in a positive sense. He was one step ahead of you. If there was something you needed that he could get, it was in the post. If, I remember being at the NEC and I was looking around and he was like, he knew we were kind of talking on the way in. And I said, if I see a BA figure from the A team, I'll probably pick it up because, I love Mr. T. And halfway through the yoke, he says, come here. I got you this. And he pulls out a Galoob BA figure. And I said, oh my God. Like, he was one step ahead of you in the most positive way at all times. And then
wasn't he?
You mentioned about him doing the artwork or giving away his free artwork. And I remember I was on holidays. And I think it was a stream on your channel. I don't think it was ZSR. And he pulls it. He goes, I just want to say, I've done this for Connor. I was blown away. I was just speechless.
But that's the thing. He never got big-headed with his artwork. He was never this is me. If you want it, you have to pay me 600. He was never like that. I used to get, I'll be honest to you all. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I used to say to him, you're giving away your work here. Do you know what I mean? And all that sort of stuff.
I mean, the generosity shows was unreal. And I suppose the other, again, thinking of the things I wanted to bring, just a quick little story. It's only a minute, just to show who Cy was to like, I mean, I only knew Cy a couple of years, 3 or 4 years, but he's such a huge impact on me, I've already been dealing with massive loss in my life the last couple of weeks.
You have, pal. Mm-hmm.
And he's been a rock to me, and now he's gone. It's the weirdest 2 months minute. But anyway, we're in the NEC, and Dave World of Toys had bags and offered me one, and I didn't take it for what reasons that is. But anyway, we're walking, and again, this was just Cy, and this is my relationship with Cy. But I think it's everyone else had the same one. We're walking out, and I felt something kind of tap off my leg. And I looked around, and Cy was carrying one of the bags, and it hit off me. And the bag was a Union flag bag, right? And I went, ew. The two of us start giggling, and he started hitting me with the bag. And like children, he chased me out of the aisle all the way out of the NEC.
Which is so weak, because you did the same thing with me, that Liverpool bag, if you remember. Do you remember? Yeah.
But pure innocent, joyful, childish fun, and it just summed up that kind of relationship that we had. There was a purity to him that I can't even put to words.
I know what you mean by the calculated though. Sorry, go on, carry on.
Not in any negative sense whatsoever.
No, because I remember Martin talking about he used to work at Blockbuster, right? So I'm sat there watching it. I don't know whether it was on Martin's stream with his, or I can't remember the stream, but I'm sat there watching it, and as I'm watching it, my phone pings, right? And I look down and I got this. Right, as soon as he's on, and I'm like,
he just it up so fast. Yeah.
So he's not talking to me, he's not doing this or that, he just sends it to me. Another thing as well, it was his artwork. Our lovely friend Palps, he made this for Cy. And if you know, he said he's got Manga Fandango in Arabesh. And there's his Great Britain, because you always saw Cy, always had his British flag. You remember it went from his Batman cup to his British flag cup like that. And so I appreciate that. That's a lovely picture, that, Palps. It really is. Cool. Yeah. So, hey, Keith, are you all right, pal?
Hey, I got to run, guys. I've been having a scratch in my throat and with a slight cough, so I'm going to get a drink, but I'll be off. I'll see you guys later, but I'll still be in the chat.
All right, my friend. See you, John. Hey, Keith. Are you all right, buddy? Can you hear us
Right,
okay,
John.
Keith?
See you later, John. Hello, Shabby. Hello.
Hiya,
Hello,
pal.
chaps. Yeah, you can hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, hear you fine.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
Can someone give him a rewind?
No, excuse me. Hey, been a great.
You're acting up just a little
What's
bit,
going
Keith.
on here?
It's all right, mate. You just come back out and come back in. Honestly, don't worry about it.
It's this bloody
Don't you worry.
poxy. It's this poxy laptop.
You never have to thank us, Shabby. It's the least we can do. We love you inside the whole family. Thank you for letting us be part. No,
I'll get
that's
out of here.
No. I can do it, mate.
my
I
God.
can do it. There you go.
Can I quickly share a quick story, which
Of course you can.
I've never actually told anybody.
That
happened between me and Si on that 24-hour thing.
Oh, go on. Yeah, go on.
So it's only a very small little thing, but it kind of made me smile at the time, and I've never mentioned it to anybody because it was just a funny thing. But when me and Martin got out the car and we went to the door and knocked on the door, so I came out the door and he could see that I was really tired, even though hadn't really started really. And I was always told so I didn't hug or anything like that. Was not a very huggy person. So I said to Si straight away, I said, I know you're not a huggy person. So I went to put my hand out.
Yeah.
And he went, oh no, don't be silly. And he put his arm round my shoulder, and I put my arm around his shoulder. And then for about 5 seconds, he went, "You're all right, pal." And I went, oh, just tired. And then I looked at him and went, "That's enough of this, ain't it?" And he went, "Yeah." It was really funny. I just always remember it was really funny. It was just like 5 seconds and our arms around each other. It was like, I just knew it was a bit too much.
Brilliant. I
really
think
funny.
Yeah,
I'll
it
never
was.
forget it.
It was
Never forget
lovely
it.
for stuff like that. And I'm glad Artez is here because Artez sent me something that he put up this week, and it's brilliant. Have a look at this.
Shall I introduce the show and what episode we're on?
Oh yeah. Go on.
Right. We're on we're episode 142 of ZSR live on a Friday night, and hey!
Oh, brilliant! I was going to say, hang on a minute. That looks like my mum's.
What do you mean?
This is nearly as good as when I had Gianni on, wasn't it?
That was well done, Simon, you cheeky bastard. Because this afternoon
all my cameras broke.
you put a picture up of those pints, and I was like, only one's there. And he went, no, said everybody. Well, I see.
We've been on all week. No, I mean, I'm Radio Tez, and I don't know, I've kept it quiet, so there we go.
Yeah, very good, Tez. That was a good one.
There we go. Yeah, I need a medal. I mean, I keeping it quiet medal. But,
so how come you're there? How come you're there? What's going on?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Just come up to see our side. It's my first weekend off in a while. I'm not doing out tomorrow. Hitting the arcades tomorrow. I've been around Blackpool already.
Have you met the lovely Anne-Marie?
Yeah, I did. Our kebabs.
Kebabs tonight, Anne-Marie. She had kebabs.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
That's right, me there.
Met our Claire the first time.
So I get it now. I gave you the toupee.
Having a look round of, your old haunt, Shabby. I don't know why you left. Why did you leave?
Where?
Blackpool.
Why did I leave?
Yeah.
Some other live stream. It's like Phil, you ain't.
I love it here. I've not been since the 90s. It's awesome to be here again.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. He was a lovely bloke, wasn't he, Tez?
I was thinking, just counting how many times I've been. I was like, I've been to Blackpool 4 times since I moved back up north. But I worked out on my phone the other day. 6 times I've been to your house, Shabby.
Wow, 6 times.
Yeah.
He was always up for a joke. This is one of the funniest things ever. Now, you remember Martin? Remember that? That was brilliant when he filmed that and he sent it to me laughing. But the funniest one for our side, which he sent me as soon as he did it, was this.
Now, I don't know. Bloody calm down. I got to be quiet. o'clock in the morning. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Absolute acting ability.
Do you see the way he held it? Because it's Star Wars sticker up as well. He was like I said, you all did it. I remember Stu once going, ooh, do you remember that? He filmed that.
It's why he's got the mic on as well, though. He's got the mic on.
Well, I said that to him because he said it to me. He goes, look at this lot like that. Look at this trio or something. He said, I'll just say that. And I went, what do you mean? I said, well, he probably did wake up. And he went, he's got a mic on, Shabs. He's got a mic on. So. Are you wearing a hoodie?
In the morning as well.
Yeah. Are you wearing a hoodie? Oh, the hoodie thing. Do you remember this? You had a real issue, didn't you, with the hoodies? I don't know where it came.
He hated the hoodies.
You know, I do remember we had it was one of our streams, and you all had them on. Every one of you. He goes, hoodies are for activists. And you've all got every one of you. He just didn't like them, did he? He was just a big thing for that. You know what I mean?
It was the main reason I wore one to come on here. I thought I'll wear my pink one.
Brilliant. Yeah, you wear it.
The irony of it. So, yeah.
I'll keep that going as well. I'll keep the hoodies for that. The Christmas stream meant a lot to people. Yeah, and I'll do it. It's like you're all invited. That's what it was all about. All of you's getting invited and so forth. Ebenezer Richardson or Cy Scrooge. Yeah. That's why Cy has them opposite on each other on screen. Bless him. Coxie says when he did last year, he thought he could just a few would come on. There was loads of us on by the evening. Yeah, it was Christmas Day. It was amazing. It was a nice thing, and a few people have reached out to me, which was lovely. And I've taken it as lovely too, where they've said, I'll do it for you, Shabs, if you don't want to do it. And so it's something I have to do that. I have to do that Christmas live stream. There's no way I wouldn't do it. I'll honour that. As long as I'm on YouTube, I'll honour it. So,
good.
Yeah. Keith, are you all right now, mate? Can you hear us and so forth now?
Yeah, I've swapped over laptops. For some reason, that laptop don't like StreamYard. Can you hear me all right? My
hear you perfect. Hear you absolutely perfect, yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you.
He says the Christmas Day
Shabby,
stream
congratulations,
is
mate, on a great show tonight. It's been very, very emotional. It's very emotional.
Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you.
But you've done a fantastic job, mate.
It's hard. I've got to admit. Tez will contest. Tez has been. I mean, this will be mine and Tez's 6th Christmas together. That's how long me, Matt, and Tez and John really, in a way, have been going for. Our 6th one. And I never get nervous. I'm not a person who gets nervous. And I've got to admit, tonight I shit myself. I just thought, oh no. I think because it meant a lot more to me. Do you know what I mean? And I just took my time, and I just thought, you know what, take your time, put the videos up when you put them up, invite people when you invite people, and so forth. So I appreciate that. But you've all made it. It's like I say, you're all not people I don't know. You're all friends, every one of you. So with all your support, and I've seen the way that we're up to 120 something people before. I couldn't believe it. You know, nice. It's a nice thing. So Tez, you're going. You like meeting up with him in Blackpool and so forth, didn't you, pal?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I always loved Blackpool as a kid, but Si just made it even better. You know what I mean? There's a lot of illuminations in Blackpool, but Si shined brighter than all of them. And our Josh thought the world of him as well. He threw every time he went up. Yeah, I'll just give Josh a bit of money, and it was like, here's 30 quid, 40 quid.
Yeah. He was like, he's always.
He did. Just size humour, just like, Josh, go and buy that stick of rock that looks like a cock. he sat there at your mum's house sucking his red penis with your mum sat next to him.
My mum right there.
If my sound is acting up, I'll jump off. So, Shabby, well done. You play the Stormer.
I mean, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that, pal. It's never been just about toys. Look how often we've really talked about toys. Tez, when was the last time we talked about toys?
It's gravy and everything else, isn't it?
Everything, yeah. The Fun Confetti, hey, pal, nice to see you. This community will always behave, and I think like we're 12, even if we're not, I love that. Yeah, that's the way it is. Andy says, makes sense that a group that gets so sentimental about things gets sentimental about each other. Never thought about it like that. You're exactly right. Good old Darren's here, Daz. That's how I felt when I first met you, John, at FloridaCon. So it must have been super awesome. Yeah, the echo on the screen makes John sound like he's speaking a million. I didn't really hear it today, Duke. It's an amazing world of gizmos and text. Great point, John. Yeah, I agree with that, Wizzy. Nice to see you, pal. Let's have a look. While I'm a bit mushy, I will say I love Arconnor. Brilliant. Me too, G. I kind of want to give him a snuggle. Connor, it was your shared love of U2 that brought us together. That was brilliant. U2, unbelievable. U2 could have that effect. VTR Dave said it a few days ago. He had vast knowledge of comic books, film, music, art, and was dead humble about it. Yeah. But at times his vast knowledge came out. I think he didn't want to overstep anybody else. It's like we all know he smoked. We all know he did. But watch him on his streams. Every time he does it, he does that. So no one sees him doing it. And I asked him I asked him, why'd you do that? He goes, because kids might be watching.
Yeah.
He was that sort of. And I thought, what kids are watching Shabby Geeks? Do you know what I mean? Except for the 40, 50-year-old kids. But that's the sort of person he was. He was that sort of person. He'd cover it so no one could see it. He was just always thinking about people. Yeah, Connor really loves Sai. He never pushed him off the train. IRM, nice to see you. So, yeah, brilliant. It was, brilliant Connor words, nice memories. I'll miss the pair of you not being at the next meetups.
Yeah, and a lot of times, I think 3 times out of the 6, Helen and Dave were at Blackpool as well. So there's a special thing there with me. And I mean, I didn't hear Helen's message before, but because the sound was down.
Yeah, I'll play that again after it. Helen's is lovely.
Just going to Blackpool and like. One time we went, oh yeah, there's a bit of an air show on at Blackpool today, and there was like 10,000 people on the roads. Red arrows coming over, and we were just like trying to get to a comic shop. You know what I mean?
It's funny you should say about the chevrons on his shoulder because we had them done. So that's me, Jenny, and Suki had it done too. Suki wanted it done,
brilliant,
and then there it is right there. So what we did was the chevrons was Sai's late daughter, Claire, and then we added the third one for Sai, and Claire had it done. Scuba had the Saint one done, so we had the Saint right there, bless him, which looks like that, and then APD got it done too. So that was a nice thing as well. You know, people just reached out to me and said, "Shabby, do you mind if we got it?" And I was like, "No, not at all, not at all." The other thing I want to share with you whilst I've got you is this, and this is what makes me really proud of him. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Is his love for the art, and the way he did his artwork to me was spectacular. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? When you talk about your brother, you don't really know what to. He sounds a bit biased, doesn't it? Saying, "Oh, look at your artwork," but he loved it, didn't he? I mean, he loved drawing. I think it calmed him. I think I've never known Arsai not to draw, and some of the things that he did. The way he did his shading, the look of it all, and a lot of people have shown his art, and I know a lot of yous have it as well. But if there's one thing I can say about our Simon, what made him truly happy, everyone, was drawing. He'd sit there for hours. One of the reasons he told me why he stayed up late all the time is because that was his favorite time to draw. Because he get no interruptions. At my mum's house is like Grand Central Station. Do you know what I mean? People coming out all the time, and he always said at nights was it for him, and that's the one he did for my mum, that's beautiful. He just did some, he just did some lovely artwork for her. He's always a Linda Carter fan. When he loved Linda Carter, and the chevrons, like I say, it was always the chevrons. So always a splash of color, a little bit of red or a little bit of gold, but I'll miss that about him. His artwork.
I saw him in September, before Josh went back to school the weekend before, and he had about 6 on the go on this table. He had he had Edward Scissorhands that was on the go.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was a cowboy one as well. He had so many to finish.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a very funny.
That's funny. Like it. Nice to see Adam and Keith have their Rewind. You see what I mean? You're not getting away with anything, are you?
It's like that one, Shabby. I'm a Star Wars man. I'm not. It's obviously
really.
Yeah. Breaking news. But I think he'd done that for your 800 subscribers, and I've won it. but it takes pride of place.
Yeah.
Because Si did it, and that was before what happened, because he brought it down to the NEC, and it takes pride of place.
It was just a massive shock. I remember reading the group, and the lads were like, "What?" I remember Keith writing, "Is this some sort of joke? Because it ain't funny and all that." So I think that's what it was for me. It just came out of nowhere. No, I was. It's like I said, and I said it at the start of this stream. I'll never forget my mum's face. It was just, but I was in like disbelief for over a week. Like, what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? It's Si, and doing the thing the night before, and he was fine. And it's weird as well watching back that live stream. For all those people that have watched Shabby's live streams and so forth, it was a different live stream. He was like. He was dead loving and understanding. He was talking like what Saturday he'd always cover his face, wouldn't he? When you talk something corny or something like he was not on for that at all, was he? He'd always do that with his violin or something, And he wasn't. It was in a way. Yeah. It's like he was saying goodbye in a way. And then the very next morning, I'd messaged him. I said, "Oh, he's doing well," and all that sort of stuff. And he put the thumbs up, and that was it. Then I got that phone call off my mum, and
that's kind of. It's interesting you say that, because that's kind of how it felt. That's kind of how I felt. That it was almost like he was saying goodbye, but he couldn't have possibly have known. There's no way that he could possibly have known that was coming. I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning until 4:30 a.m. with you guys on that late night live stream, and I finally went to bed at about 5 o'clock, and then literally less than 15 hours later, Scuba Pete's posted in the group that that post from Scuba Pete, I won't repeat it, but that post from Scuba Pete is etched in my brain. It's burnt in my brain forever. And I was just like, what? No, you've got to be joking. Yeah. And when I told Kat, when I told Kat the next day, because of course she was at work before I got up, and when she came in, and the same thing as what you were saying about your mum's face, Shabby. She looked at my face as soon as she walked through the door, and she said, "What's wrong?" And I just broke down, and I just said, Simon's passed away. And she said, "Simon who?" And I said, "Si." And she went, "No way." And she just.
It was weird. I remember I phoned a couple of people, and I phoned DTM, and he was in bed, and he phoned me back, and I didn't know what to say to him, man. I didn't know what to say. And then I felt sorry for as well. I felt sorry for all the people on holiday in America at the time. Stu and John and Matt, and I thought, oh man. But they said something lovely to me. They said, yeah, John broke the news to him, and they all raised their glass, and I'm glad they enjoyed their holidays. I really did. I think that's what it is. It's weird feeling like this about someone. He'd probably be up there now looking at us going, what are you feeling like that for? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You can see it, can't you? He'd be the first to go, well, why are you all so upset? You and then he'd say something else. So yeah, it's funny. Nobody knew sat around where to look, but I worked the message at the bus station when he passed. Bless. Yes, sir. Go on, Adam.
Yeah, I was just going to say a couple of things really stuck out to me there, and I hope I'm not crossing any line when I say this, but Retro Ed, obviously me and him live near each other, and we were texting obviously a couple of days after it happened, and he said to me, he went back and watched that live stream, and he said the same thing that like a couple of people just said, that he felt it was very poignant. Yeah. I personally haven't watched that. I haven't watched anything with Si since really tonight. I've dealt with it that way. I said that to you the other day. Like I found it very, very hard to look at anything with Si in. But I did want to share something which I think also sums up Si a bit. And it was another thing from that 24-hour thing, because I think he done it with Martin as well. Before we left yours, he said, Ad, come here with me. And we walked 100 yards down the road, and he pointed to the Blackpool Tower, because obviously you could see it in between the houses. And he goes, look, it's got the lights on and stuff like that. And he was so happy.
He loved Blackpool.
Loved it. And I was like, I get it, because I'm very proud of where I live. And I was just like, that's cool, man. Like, and then I think he done the same with Martin. I might be wrong, but I think I asked Martin to go down the road as well, just to show us the Blackpool Tower between the houses. And I'll never forget that either. It's just little things like that, you know, I think show what we've all said about him. He loved living where he lived, you know what I mean?
He was a massive fan. Tez told me the story that when he walked down the street, everybody said hello to him and everybody was there forever, wasn't he?
You just kept stopping.
Yeah.
And I knew the best place, like, come down this dodgy street here, Tez. And what are we doing? And then he'd take us to like an antique antique shop, and it had loads of Star Wars in the back. Like, fucking hell, this is amazing.
He was
on
like
it. He was on it.
Well, listen, I'm gonna. My voice is going, and I'm gonna call it. So before I go, is there anybody else? I'll just go around if there's anything else you'd like to say before I go. So I'll start with you, Des.
No, I say it's just I'm so sorry that we're doing this. You know what I mean? Why can't he be here?
I agree with that 100%.
You know, that's it.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing.
Let's remember him. Let's remember the smiles, the laughter, the jokes, and everything, and just, you know.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the weirdest things. It's like I was talking to Oakspot, and I'm in the group talking, and I'm like, "Where's Si?" It's things like that, just little things, or it's like trying to set up. It's like me doing. It's like I came on here to sort the stream out, and it was still on the after hours one we did. It still had the Manga Fandango in the corner. Still had and I was like, "Wow!" It's like, and I suppose. In a way, it's a nice thing, though, because I think with everybody knowing him and everybody liking him and everybody supporting him and so forth, he's never going to go away. And like I say, the Tub Thumpers, I will carry on next year, size Tub Thumpers, and I will carry on his magic and his question of the week and his stupid stuff, because it was part of the Shabby Geek channel. And I think if I did anything different, I don't think it would be me anymore. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to do it. It's going to take time. And like I said, I'll do the Christmas decoration stream. And then, so hopefully you'll all send me your videos and your pictures of your decorations. I'll do that with Scuba, Leslie, and Steph, and then I'll do the Christmas Day stream, and then we'll start again next year. But with all your love and support, it's been lovely for us, for me, for Claire, for Jen, for my brothers, for my mum. It's been brilliant. PJ, what do you have to say? Go on, Tez. Sorry.
Just quickly, I'll just say we're lucky that we've got all the YouTube of Si from
yes, it's forever, isn't it?
You know.
Yeah. PJ.
Well, I just want to say that thank you to Si for actually dubbing me the Temu Lethal Weapon Mel Gibson, which I thought
Temu Mel. That was brilliant. That was the funniest thing ever.
I loved Si because his humor, and I think he had wisdom and spades. To be quite honest with you,
he did.
I loved how he joked, and I think there was a joke in the chat going, "How many times have I been in and out of that?"
Never left you alone though, did he? He's one of those people. He'd tell you to bugger off, then about 2 minutes later, he'd be like, "Oh, I honestly, me side fight like cat and dogs. Go on there for yourself. No, you go on there." And then we'd leave it for an hour. Then he'd write to me and go, "When you've stopped sulking, wasn't even my problem. When you've stopped sulking, come and have a cup of tea." My mum and Claire and Jen will tell you all the time. Do you know what I mean? That's probably what Jen meant in a letter before that we always heard.
I'm going to share a story here. Hopefully, it doesn't sound that crass, but
tell what you want.
I laughed hysterically at this. I could not keep. You know, I think it was you and Si were having a discussion and the conversation, and you going, "Oh, I can't wait to go to New Zealand, see Pete," and here's Si, and his tone of voice was so comedic. All I want to do when I see PGM is punch him in the fucking head.
But you're laughing because you know that's him, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. I laughed hysterically. Look at this. His tone of voice was like so good. It was so well.
He says it to me all the time. Remember, actually, do you have a nice night, Si? No. Do you want to do this again, Si? No, I hate it. You know what I mean? You do it all the time. There's a part in KLC's video where I said, "I've given everyone the thing of dance, and you gave everyone the art of your art." And he goes, "I always thought you gave people the art of depression." Brilliant. So yeah, he was. I love you.
I love you. Shabby, I love you.
Thanks,
I love Sai. I love this family. Bless every one of you. Take care with your families.
We will.
I can't wait for the Christmas thing because I'm with a lot of people in this. Some of these people in the community who live alone, so I can't wait for that to be invited onto there or that Christmas
well,
tree.
there's no invites. The link will be at the top. Everyone's welcome. Everyone. So you're more than welcome.
I think this has actually changed me. Has actually changed me into, if I can say this right and eloquently, if I can, to a not that. To be a better person, to be kind, because Sai was very kind to a lot of people, very kind to his mates, very kind to, his family, and that's. I loved how he was with that, and going further, I think, being just a little kinder to people just goes a long way.
That's the way I'm going to work it out. I'm very, very lucky because everybody that's in this stream and everybody that's on this stream, you all think the same way as I do. Not one of you is an arse. Not one of you is like, oh, I like, you've all got lovely personalities. You're all warm. You're welcome. That's why I've said me and Sai, Matt and Tez never built this. We all did. All of us built it. And, I'm proud of it. When I see you lot over there at your cons it makes me proud. It makes me dead proud. Like, look at everyone meeting up with each other. And all it takes is a couple of us loud ones to get everybody else involved. And then it goes from there, doesn't it? So I appreciate that. Adam, what have you got to say before we go now?
I'll keep it short. I'm just like, I'll just say, thanks for the memories. And I'll leave you with this. Shazam.
Shazam. Shazam. Our Tez.
Yeah, I think just echoing what everybody else says, really. But it's it doesn't sound selfish to say we'd like him back, does it? Really? I mean, that do you know what I mean?
No.
It's a crazy wish, but I just wish we had him back.
Yeah, it's weird. One minute I feel like he's only just gone. The next minute I feel like he's been.
Yeah,
you just.
Weird. I was driving along the other day, and it was just thinking, oh yeah, maybe in January I can go up to Blackpool and see. Fucking hell, you know what I mean? For a moment, I forgot.
Yeah, I do it all the time. I still pick up my phone now, and then I realise. But I still send him stuff. To be honest, I find it therapeutic. Do you know what I mean? It's it always. It's like
I've seen his boxes. He's got a lot of stuff. I don't know how they fit in that house, man.
Yeah. Me and Claire will do all that, and Mum will get it all sorted. And everyone's gonna have a piece of side. Me and Claire and my mum have already discussed it. Everyone's getting a piece of side.
And I'm seeing Claire and your mum soon, so
my mum's here now. She says, "Well done, Mark, and thank you for all the lovely memories." Yeah, thank you, Mum. It's lovely, isn't it, tonight, Mum? It's been lovely. It's been really nice. Keith, before we go, we've got anything to say?
Only to echo what pretty much everybody else seems to say is that 3 weeks later, I'm still in a state of disbelief. I still expect him to jump on the late night chats. There's times that I've sat here and I've opened up his Instagram to send him a message and then realised, oh shit, he's not there.
Send it. Just send it. Makes you feel better. Just send it.
I mean, earlier in the year, people talked about Simon's generosity. Earlier in the year, I lost one of my cats, one of my older cats. And now those that know me know that I love my cats. I worship my cats. Well, this guy was an old elderly gentleman, and he'd passed away, and that affected my mental health. My physical health hasn't been good either just lately. So I started to then sink into a bit of a depression, and my anxiety started to creep up. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, Simon says to me, "What's your address? I've got something for you. Send me your address." So I sent him my address. And then a short while later, this turned up in the post.
Amazon.
And what he'd done is he'd actually spoken to the cat privately and said what size shirt is Keith and what type of West Ham shirts has he got. And he went in and he got me that season's away kit, away shirt. And the thing is, I don't have this shirt. I didn't have this shirt. The amazing thing about this shirt is that it's got that gold bit there. And when it came out, lots of West Ham fans were saying, well, why is there a gold bit on the West Ham shirt? Gold's not a West Ham colour. And West Ham United issued a statement saying it's because it's in memory of David Gold, West Ham chairman, who died a couple of years ago. So that's what the gold's for. It's in memory of David Gold, which I thought was a nice touch. So not only is it a West Ham shirt, but it's a West Ham memorial shirt, if you like. And this is only about the third time that I've ever worn it. And the reason for that is because and I'm such a messy bastard. I don't want to get it crapped up. I don't want to get it full of cigarette holes. I'm always building things and gluing things. The last thing I want is for a nice white shirt that has been gifted to me by a friend to get crapped up. So I probably won't wear this anywhere near as much as I wear my other West Ham shirts.
Yeah.
But when I messaged Simon to say thanks, mate, you know what he said to me? He said, I knew that you was down. I knew that you was a bit down on your, a bit down in the dumps, basically. So I thought I'd cheer you up.
Yeah, sort of bloke he
And
was.
that-
Like I said, always
that
put us
to
all
me
first.
sums
Always.
in a nutshell.
He did a bit of
Like
me going to
random
Joe Fest.
acts of kindness.
And before he even said anything, we'll send you some money over. What's the kids? We'll send parcels. You heard about my mum's parcels every year. That's the sort of family they all were. Great stream, Shabby. Si will be with us and never forgotten. Great tribute. Thank you all so much. It's been very, very hard for me this, but your support and everything has been brilliant, and you've made it a lovely. You've made it lovely. I apologise for the videos that didn't work, but if people don't mind, I'll post them on my Instagram so everyone can see it on my Instagram. You've done so well, Shabby. Thanks for sharing this with all your brothers. I've done all right. I've held it for 2.5 hours. I've held it for 2.5 hours. Thank you, my friend. That's a nice thing to say. That's how I look at you all as brothers and sisters. I really do. Really do.
I'll say one last thing. I'll say one last thing if I can. There was a point in my life when I never went out the front door for 5 years because my social anxiety meant that I couldn't even take the rubbish out to the bin outside. Right?
Yeah.
That's how bad my mental health was. Well, Simon was asking me to come to Echo because Echo's just Redditch, which is just up the road. Des knows it's literally 15 minutes from me. And I'm like, no, I don't think I can be able to do that. I don't think I can do that. And Simon said, look, take my mobile number. Give me your mobile number. He said, phone me when you get there. I'll meet you at the car park and I'll stay with you the whole time. You know what? He did. And
brilliant.
He puppy walked me around Echo. He introduced me to all kinds of people. That was the first time I met Des. I met Martin Long, Steph, Andrea, DTM Dave, and now I've met Adam and I've met Des. I've met Des a couple of times now because he's been around my house and drunk me coffee.
Oh, that was brilliant! Seeing him in your Playmobil shed, that was awesome. That was awesome. I am so proud of myself for being able to go to these venues. I went to Echo the following year as well, and I also went to the NEC drink ups the night before, which is very, very messy, but very, very well worth it. And you know what? I would not have been able to do any of that if it wasn't for Simon. No.
So
no,
I've met Des, and I've given Des a hug, and I've given Adam a hug. Des, next week you're going to get a hug too, mate, because we're going to be meeting for the first time next week. And it's Simon that's done that. And it's Simon that's done that, and I will be forever grateful to him for that. And I'm just going to miss him so much. And I'm getting emotional now.
Yeah, please don't, mate, because
it was
you'll
such
set
a
me
shock.
off. Set me off.
Can I just say though,
it was such a shock, and it still is.
Can I just say, knowing Si, knowing his football, mate, he weren't much that generous gifting anybody a West Ham shirt, was it? To be fair, that's got generosity.
Especially of a Spurs fan. Especially of a Spurs fan. Really. Coxie says, "Don't apologise for anything. You've done amazing." Go on, Keith. You go.
When he said to me, I thought I'd cheer you up, and I actually did say to him, you thought you'd do that by sending me a West Ham shirt? That's like fucking torture in some countries. But yeah, I mean, all jokes aside,
You probably had a glove on when he sent it, though, Keith.
Yeah.
Like, rubber gloves, don't want to touch it.
Yeah.
Coxie says, "Don't apologise for anything, Shabby. You've done amazing. And Si, I've been watching and he's so proud of you. You'll do exactly the same thing if the situation was reversed." I've got Scuba Pete here this thanks, Coxie. I appreciate that, pal. I've got Scuba here this weekend. But should we do ZSR next Friday, week tomorrow, Tez? Should we do it?
Hold on, are we doing it this week?
No, I've got Scuba Pete here, so I won't be
yeah. It's my turn, isn't it?
It's your turn. So why don't we do ZSR? Get back to normal. We'll do a ZSR next week.
Yeah, so that'd be yeah.
Thank you all. I mean, it's very hard for me, but your support, your kindness. I just want you all to know on behalf of me, Jamie, Richard, Jen, Claire, Anne-Marie, Diane, Hazel, all our kids. You've meant the world to me, Si. The last 5 years that Si was here, you all brought him out of his shell. You all made him feel part of something. You all made him feel welcome. The reason Si was the way he was with you lot is because you lot were the same way to him. Remember, he always had a thing for loyalty, our Si. Always. Yeah. You were loyal to our Si. He would do anything for you. And I think with all the stories and everything we've heard tonight, he's proved, isn't it? He's proved that. And he'll be, it's going to take me a long, long time. But like I said, and I genuinely mean this, and I don't want it to sound corny. I can't say it any other way. I've lost a brother, but I've gained 100 brothers and sisters, 100 of them. And I just want to get back to having a joke, having a laugh. And that's why tonight I tried to keep it as lighthearted as possible, because that's who Si was. He wasn't someone to be mopey and this and that. And he definitely didn't make me feel like it. So Shabby, hugs and love to you and your family. Gonna miss Si. I hope you'll get my message at the beginning. I did get it. Yeah. I'm just so sad. And I'm glad you're doing the Christmas stream. Yeah. Christmas streamers are definitely, your family mean the world to us and yours do to mine. I think we've grown. I think if anything, I don't know what I can speak for you guys, but I think we've grown stronger these past 3 weeks. I really do. It's, just the way it is. So great stream, Shabby. Love to you all. Shabby, speaking of toys, there's a Lucifer's Battlestar figure here. What sorts of toys out? No problem, mate. I am one of those people who are by themselves, and actually the only people I see is a grocery store. So I appreciate the Christmas stream, and I'm just going to admit it, but I have been listening. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah. Well, I'd love to everyone. Take care. Manga Dan Fandanga forever. And I'll leave it as that. Thank you all so much. I appreciate your love. I appreciate everything you've done for me and my family. You all mean the world to me, and we'll see you on ZSR and we'll see you on the Christmas stream. Say good night, lads.
Good night, lads.
See ya.
Jungle is massive.